Get Nasty on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 2:02, your time check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. The Cardinals, as we discussed yesterday during the show, they wrapped things up in L.A. against the Angels, dropping 2 of 3, but they did win the third game, won the finale. But it was another game, gentlemen, in which Riley O'Brien worked himself in and then out of trouble, and we all kind of gasped or held our breath as the Cardinals bullpen tried to hang on to a lead. And that has been, at least from, the post-All-Star break through the however many games they played, that has been a bit of a theme right now. My question for you guys, and I'm not blaming the source, but I am just opening up the question here. Are the Cardinals faltering because of their offense? They're here because of their offense. The bullpen has been bad since day one. That hasn't changed. Are they in the spot now where the frustrations might be growing a little bit and the wheels might be wobbling to potentially falling off because of their offense? In other words, they were led by their offense in the first half. If that doesn't continue, is that a source of why things could go sideways?
So if we just look at the last 2 series, Angels and the Diamondbacks, I'm not going to go back further than that. They scored 5 runs winning against the Diamondbacks. They scored 3 in a loss. They scored 7 in a loss. Then things tightened up against the Angels. I don't know if the offense is exactly the issue here. If we go back even further through the first half, I guess it kind of dried up against the Braves. I don't know, man.
All right, let me throw some numbers at you.
I just don't know.
Our guy Bernie Michaelis, I want to cite the source here because
Sure.
Bernie did the work during, and this is a tweet from yesterday from Bernie. During their woeful 4-10 skid, the Cardinals rank last in Major League Baseball in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, ISO, OPS, WRC+, WOBA, and any other metric pulled from the bowl of alphabet soup. Funny from our guy Bernie. The Birds have scored 4 or fewer runs in 11 of the 14 games. This offense is so bad, it should be banned by StatCast.
Oh, wow. Bernie got grumpy there.
I mean, Bernie, hey, listen, who are we to talk about any sort of arrows being thrown? I
didn't say I didn't like it.
We do a pretty good job of that.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Bernie's cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, he is.
Let me phrase it this way. The Cardinals' offense is why they're even in the discussion for the third wild card. The bullpen remains bad. The starters have exceeded expectations, but still not good enough to mask the biggest weakness, which is the bullpen. So is it the offense now, because the offense is faltering, that things look a little less promising for our Redbirds post-All-Star break? I would say yes.
Based on that, I think you kind of have to say yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that, too. It seems like this team is not putting themselves in position. We know what the bullpen is. We talked about that at great length.
Right.
It doesn't seem like in this stretch they're putting themselves in a situation to eliminate the bullpen, essentially. Mm-hmm. Of course, they did on Sunday, and then the pitching found its way to lose said game. But I've also noticed throughout this stretch where when you're not scoring enough runs, but also you're down in games, you're not really clawing your way back in. We talked about it yesterday when Matthew Liberatore gave up the 5 runs. That was it.
Right.
That was it. And you only mustered 1 run. Mm-hmm. You never really clawed your way back into that game like we've seen in the first half of this season. That, not saying that the team could have won. They could have scored more than 1 run against the Angels. You scored 4 all series against a really bad team. Mm-hmm. That's not good enough.
I'm just saying, I think the slump of the offense is matching how we're all feeling right now, which is that the Cardinals could be being exposed here And now finally the expectations from the start of the season are being realized. Like they're just not good enough.
This is who they are.
Well,
it's like Scooby-Doo. At the end when they take the mask off and they're like, it was you the whole time.
It wasn't a goblin.
No.
We've solved so many crimes in which it wasn't an actual ghost, goblin, or monster, but we're surprised every time.
Yeah.
When it's actually not one of those things.
They pull it back.
Right. This old man Withers.
It's Jeff Albert.
And I
We knew it was you.
This kind of does remind me of a certain stretch in May where they ended up getting swept by the Brewers. They only scored 2 runs in that series. Then they scored more runs against the Cubs, and then they had that stretch against the Rangers where you didn't feel like the offense was really clicking. And then all of a sudden, Lars Nootbaar came back, and then things looked different for another stretch. So I just wonder if this is just a stretch, and it's not who they will be in the second half.
Yeah, if the offense starts to get going again. So if we pose the question, hey, could the Cardinals make the playoffs? To me, I'd answer it this way. How good is the offense in the second half? Because I always pose the question of how do you win, how do you lose? Do you know as a team how do you win games and how you lose games? And I think for the Cardinals in 2026, it's pretty obvious. They lose games when they either don't come back offensively or don't tack on runs. When they only, when they have a small lead in the first 5 or 6 innings, they don't continue to pile on. Those are the games that they typically lose. And it's not fair to just throw everything at the offense. That's not the discussion, though. The discussion isn't, is it right that it's all on the offense? Well, no, of course not. It's a team. They're not playing complimentary baseball right now. But they really haven't been playing complimentary baseball all season. It's just in the later innings when they've had that offensive magic or they've just piled on runs early on, they won those games. And now if the offense goes into a bit of a skid, the team will likely go into a skid because that is how they're losing games. The bullpen hasn't been good all year. So it's kind of like, hey, bullpen, you need to be better. We know.
Thanks for telling us.
We're trying. Ish. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at.
I think that I don't. You know me. I'm very even keeled.
That's Barry.
I'm very.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, very. I'm Carey. That's Barry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you.
And the guy that let you fall was Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Larry.
I don't know if you, of all people, can call yourself even keeled.
When it comes to the Cardinals, very much.
I just wanted to make sure you.
I think that's fair.
My apologies. It's the rest of my life. I have my highs and my lows.
I never noticed.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I think that you get what you get. Like, you're going to have what I will say that I'm over here looking at the numbers, and for the most part, every time the Cardinals have had a 4-game losing streak, which is the most that they've had in this season, they've lost 4 in a row, I think 4 times now, maybe 5. They've rebounded successfully after that 4-game losing streak. I only got a couple of them here. So after one, they went 15-8 the next, 23 games. They went 13-9 the next 22 games, 4-2 before this current 4-game losing streak. So what I mean by that is there are ebbs and flows throughout the season. And this team is realistically probably 3 to 5 games, maybe 5 to 8 games above 500 team. That's probably who they are. 3 to 8 games above 500 is probably the range in which they will be when the season ends. And that's pretty much what they've been all season long. So with that being said, you're going to have moments, and it's frustrating as hell. You up 7-0, you should win that game. You lose by 1. You're like, oh, that stinks. And you come back the next day, you lose again. That stinks. And then you find a way, you shut out the team that just, the team that you've been struggling to stop the last couple of days, and you win 1-0. And it's baseball. Like, I think you're going to have moments where your hitters are hot as hell and your pitchers might struggle. You're going to have moments where your pitching is really good, like yesterday, and you're hitting, and 1 run is all you can muster across. And you find a way to win. I just think baseball is so long of a season that to really break down every single game like it's it's not like football. You can do that. You lose 2 weekends in a row, you 2 games back in the division, and hell, depending on who else is in your division, you might be bleep out of luck. But in baseball, If you break down every damn game, you're gonna find something wrong. You're gonna find something good. And for me, it's about winning series, and they didn't win this series. They should have, but they didn't. But that's part of it. It's not about. To me, it's about winning the series. If you can win more series than you lose, you're gonna have a winning season, and you're gonna probably be in the playoffs. And that's what I expect from this team. I expect them to get this win tonight versus Arizona, this one off, and then they got a 3-game stretch against Cincinnati. Go win the series. You might win 4 in a row, and then what are we saying? Now, the Cards are back!
Damn right.
Red October, Jamie!
Let's go, baby.
It's a terrible way to live, brother.
Nah, it's fun that way.
That's great. Who doesn't love stress?
Yeah, I wonder if this team,
Snorted.
You totally did.
this whole season has been about figuring out things, right?
Yes.
And I think this is a part of it where you need to struggle for a little bit to figure out which guys can claw themselves out of slumps. So in terms of a progressive season, trying to see if you can progress forward, which guys are those guys? And you hope that a majority of your lineup can find a way to claw out of a slump, because that will tell us, who is a big leaguer and who is not.
Or who is a role player, who is worth keeping, who fills what role. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Kerry just mentioned this. Cardinals do play today. It's a one-off against the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is a makeup game from June 25th, so the Cardinals are at home today, 4:15 start time, and it'll be Brandon Pfaadt versus Micah McGreevy. So Diamondbacks, Cardinals. And this is an important game if you look at the wild card standings, because the Diamondbacks right now currently hold that third wild card spot. They're a half game up on the Cardinals, so the two teams would flip if the Cardinals could beat the Diamondbacks today. Again, if you're starting to match up against the Diamondbacks, the Pirates, the Marlins, the Nationals are still hanging around. Those are the games that really count toward the wild card standings. And if the Cardinals are going to hang around, these are the teams you're going to beat. So today, even though it's not a must-win or any overstatement like that, it is important when it comes to the wild card standings. All right, what is the long-term plan with Ivan Herrera, who continues to struggle at the dish? That's next on 101 ESPN. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Anthony Stalter. Ivan Herrera gets his first day off today. So this is the first day that Ivan Herrera is not in the Major League lineup. First time that he gets a day off, and it's much needed. Walks are significantly down, and his OBP this month is at 247. In the last 15 days, it's 167. Ivan Herrera's OPS is almost 100 points lower than it was last season, 837 to now 739. In the last 3 seasons, his batting average has also dropped. In 2024, it was 301. In 2025, it was 284. And now in 2026, it's 241. His 8 strikeouts. So he is 8 strikeouts away from tying his last season's mark, but he only played in 107 games last year. He's healthy this season, and when he's on, great hitter. Shows some power, and early on in the season he was getting on consistently, but we know his deficiencies as a defender, and I think that's where the bigger discussion is held. What is Ivan Herrera to you? If you are the Cardinals, your front office, your Chaim Bloom, you're building your roster, you're trying to solve problems. What problem does Ivan Herrera solve for you if he's not hitting well?
None.
There you go.
That's a problem. You said this is his first game off all year?
All year. This is his first game.
You know how the 72 Dolphins pop the champagne when everybody loses? That was Cal Ripken today. And popped that.
I don't think Cal Ripken's
worried about it.
Every time, day off, he hadn't won. Man, pop that cork. And excited.
He's probably waiting for Matt Olson to get a day off.
Yeah, probably.
None, because he's problematic behind the plate. And so he came in as a catcher. You moved him to DH, solely at that position because you expect him to be able to, if at worst, get on base, because that's what he does at an elite level. I think he has a really good eye. Like, he understands, he has great plate discipline, both when he's behind the plate, I told you, when he's challenging those pitches, he's probably correct about 90% of the time and gets the call right. But at the plate, he has that same discipline, understanding of the strike zone and how not to chase pitches, how not to swing at pitches that are bad. And normally it bodes well for him because he's either getting on base or he does get a pitch to drive. But here lately, it's been a struggle. But I think that's part of baseball. Like, you go through slumps, and his has been a prolonged slump. He had 3 hits a few days ago, and then he went 0 for gopher the night after. Mm-hmm. And it's been that way for a while. I think the Cardinals have a larger problem because of the catcher position as a whole.
What you call me?
Carey. Yeah, that might be a first.
Wow,
Larry.
Yeah, you pointed at both of us, and then you said it yourself.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Continue.
So I think that they have an issue there because none of them, 3 of them, and I don't trust any of them behind the plate. We watched Jimmy Crooks. He missed another one yesterday. He was trying to throw a guy out, so he was coming out of his stance, but the ball still went behind him. And we've seen that, repeatedly from all of these catchers. Mm-hmm. So if Ivan Herrera isn't hitting either, well, you got a large problem on your hand because you don't trust, in my opinion, I wouldn't trust any of them to be behind the plate. You can deal with a catcher that struggles at the plate if his defense is solid, but you got 3 guys that behind the plate are a liability. 2 of them don't catch the ball well, and 1 of them don't throw out runners well, and then 2 of them don't hit well, and the 3rd one isn't hitting well now.
Right.
That's a large problem, in my opinion, for what they have.
Mm-hmm.
And to sort of play off of what Kerry said, if he's not going to be your catcher long term because of those deficiencies, does he profile as a DH long term? We just talked about his slugging.
Not if he doesn't hit.
How he's going this season. Does he profile as a DH? And plus, you might want to get some other guys off their feet too. But how do you keep him in the lineup if you don't really trust him all that much, catching wise?
Right. It becomes an anchor. I don't think him catching, once a week is that big of a deal.
I don't either.
And I'm not saying that's what he's doing now. I'm just saying moving forward, if you view him as a DH, of course, he's hitting a slump now, so it's a little tougher to have this conversation. But when he's hitting well, I think he profiles the best as a DH. And then you figure out how to get other guys off their feet and all that.
On this team, I think he profiles best as a catcher. And that might sound strange, but I can get additional help from the pitcher in holding runners on to give him a chance. I cannot. I physically, like you talked about scooping both of your eyeballs out with spoons a couple of weeks ago, last week. I cannot watch catchers not stop the ball. Like, I cannot watch them not block the plate and not prevent balls from going past them. Ivan Herrera does that pretty well. But he doesn't throw out runners. But I can get it, and he has he calls good games. Like, he does do that behind the plate really well. So for me, I would almost have him being my everyday catcher. And we'll deal with the fact that, hell, with pitchers, we got to be better at holding runners on. No, you only get a couple throws over there. Make the most out of them. Because if you get a chance, they're going to take off on you.
And then free up that DH spot. I don't hate it because Pages and Jimmy Crooks are behind him. And here's the other thing, too. At what point do you just say you got to give more? If you are serious about Jimmy Crooks being a catcher, then he's got to catch. I don't understand why Pedro Pages is starting as much as he is if this is supposed to be a rebuild year. You know what Pedro Pages is. Now, I'm not inside the clubhouse. Maybe there's a huge gap between Pedro Pages' ability to get the pitchers ready than, Jimmy Crooks. And if it is a huge drop-off, then, man, that's something that is not, you cannot quantify. You cannot look at the Fangraph sheet and then look over and there's a column that says this guy gets the pitchers ready better than the next guy. However, just from a general standpoint, if you're in a rebuild year and you don't have Jimmy Crooks getting more starts to see what he is than Pedro Pages, then Jimmy Crooks needs to go back down to the minors because he needs to develop. And the only way you're going to do that is going to get reps. You need reps. So I'm okay with Ivan Herrera gets behind the dish for right now for this team because you don't have better options at this point.
No, at this point you got to go with what you've got, and they've got the young kid too down in Memphis, I believe.
You have Bernal in Memphis.
Right.
So if you send Crooks down, like now you're messing with sort of that development as well. And you have Rodriguez in Springfield. So you have two guys that you are excited about.
Even more reason to start Jimmy Crooks, right?
I would say absolutely,
or start him more than what you have in Pedro Pages.
He can't hit either.
If the season is about getting answers, get your damn answers.
Yep.
Don't screw around. Like, say, okay, Pages, send him somewhere at the deadline or whatever. And then it's Crooks and Herrera the rest of the way. And Herrera gets his one game a week behind the dish, and Crooks got to figure it out. And if he doesn't, you've got the other kids breathing down his neck ready for next season.
Yeah.
Real quick question. We had the discussion about the faltering offense of the Cardinals. Do you think Ivan Herrera's struggles are related to the entire offense?
I think he's part of the issue, not necessarily the issue. Although, if you're hitting second, I mean, if you look around Major League Baseball, a lot of the better hitters are hitting second.
Jordan Walker is hitting second today, by the way.
I don't hate it.
I wonder if they have a good game today, the offense looks good, if Ollie tinkers with the lineup moving forward.
Maybe. Herrera he does profile as a number two hitter because your number two hitter is somebody that you want that power because your leadoff hitter theoretically got on, or he gets on, or he extends, the opportunities for the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Ivan Herrera was a decent number two hitter at the start and for the majority of the first half, but he's in a funk right now. And I think too, just kind of watching his approach. He gets hit a lot. And, Kerry, you brought this up because I think you echoed what somebody said on the broadcast.
I think it was Rick Horton or somebody, I believe.
And Rick Horton would know, being a former pitcher, how maybe you attack inside. And Ivan Herrera, he's got that outside stance, and then he closes it off. For me, that's a tough – when you get out of rhythm or your timing is off, that's a tough stance to get back on with your timing.
With the way he's opened up and then closes himself off?
Because when a hitter opens, when you're opened up, you want both of your eyes on the pitcher or the pitch coming in. Whereas, so you're not kind of looking out of 1.5 eyes. So you open up, so now you got to bet. But when you close it off again, if you don't get that front foot down by the time you're starting to swing, you're going to lean forward. You're going to ground out a lot. You're going to pop up a lot. You're just not going to make good contact because your timing is off, and you're starting to come forward as opposed to getting that front foot down, then swing. So I think if his timing's off, that's a hard stance to correct.
Could
but
also be tired. Like
he could be, which leads us to today.
He's played every game, and then he went to the All-Star game. So he didn't get the same amount of break as some of the other players have
Very
gotten.
true.
So maybe the stamina of the season isn't like, or the baseball stamina isn't quite there yet.
Sure.
Because he's never played a full 162.
It's a fair point.
So who knows? Maybe that's leading to his mechanics where they're a little sloppy, a little slower, a little lazy.
Or he's just like you said, he's just fatigued, and then he's slower that way too.
And the walks are, I mean, it's like night and day. If you look at his walks in April, 23 walks. Even in June, he was at 14. Now he's at 3.
Yeah.
I know they haven't played the same amount of games because of the break, and July is not over yet. But still, like, you would like those walks to go up a little bit more. So maybe there's a pitch recognition thing going on as well.
Maybe. Well, hopefully the Cardinals they'll figure it out with Herrera, because there's no question that the Cardinals are going to need him, especially with this offense having to carry most of the team. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. That was Andrew Marsh. He's got what's trending for you next.
If you're thinking about remodeling in your home, specifically the kitchen, the bathroom, or how about that outdoor living space? If you're looking to do any work to those areas of your home, you have to give my friends over at E&B Granite a call. They are the best in the business. They offer an extensive selection of custom countertops, cabinets, and they've got flooring for whatever your taste is, a variety of colors and patterns. All of those things are guaranteed to bring new life to your home. And the way they do it is really awesome. First of all, I drove down to 6135 Manchester Avenue, and I walked in and talked to one of the in-house design staff members, and it was great. She asked me, hey, what do you have in mind for your kitchen? I said, I really don't know what to do. I'm going to rely on you. And she had some great ideas. We went into the back, picked out countertops, had a look, and then we were off and running. The technicians got into the house, measured everything, and then took everything out. And when they were done, my home looked incredible. And I want the same for you. But you do have to go down there and check things out in person, at least make an appointment. You can do that by giving them a call at 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300. Or you can also visit them at enbgranite.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take on the Arizona Diamondbacks today, 4:15 first pitch. It is a makeup game. We'll see if the Cardinals can exact some revenge on those D-backs. Michael McGreevy on the mound today for the Cardinals. He'll face off against Brandon Pfaadt. We'll also talk with Chris Kerber at 3:15. But coming up next, we have What's Trending. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Kerey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, Showtime is back in Chicago. Patrick Kane signed a 2-year, $16 million contract to return to the Chicago Blackhawks. I texted my buddy who's a Blackhawks fan. I said, congratulations. At least this will probably power him through this upcoming NHL season for the Blackhawks, because even though Patrick Kane is returning, you don't know if they're going to have a good team.
Yeah, they're probably not going to have a great team. But look, reunions like this are always cool in sports. To have one of the all-time greats of that franchise coming back to essentially finish his career. I don't think he'll play beyond the next 2 years of this contract. And look, Connor Bedard needs some help on that team. Patrick Kane is still a really serviceable player. His wisdom and his knowledge of the game is light years ahead of many players. And he came in the NHL at a very young age as well. He might be a great sounding board and great teammate for Connor Bedard to have, as the Blackhawks are probably going to look to Connor Bedard to be the next Patrick Kane for their team moving forward. So I like it. I like it for the game of hockey, the NHL. Patrick Kane, quite honestly, is back where he belongs in Chicago. And it's time to hate him again here in St. Louis. That's all. Sorry, Patrick. It's nothing personal.
I think he gets it.
Yeah, he knows. I don't think he likes us either.
Are you surprised? So the other team that was in the mix was the Buffalo Sabres, which he grew up in that area.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that he did not want to join that team, a team that went back to the playoffs for the first time since the Romans were around, a team that is, you would think, building, even though they lost Alex Tuck, who's a big part of that team last year? Are you surprised he did not want to go play there?
Maybe he got talking to the Buffalo Sabres and realized his role wasn't really going to be a prominent role. Mm-hmm. And maybe the paycheck wasn't going to be $8 million either.
Right.
I'm not diving into his personal finances. One could say, well, he probably doesn't need the money at this point. Money's money. And it's his right to get as much money as he possibly can while he's playing. And so maybe that's it. Or maybe just the allure of going back to Chicago, stepping on that ice at the United Center, and the place going bananas for you. Maybe that was what he wanted to do. Who knows?
So I hate the Blackhawks, but my goodness, going to a game there and watching them play the Blues is really fun.
It's something.
It's
the United
awesome.
Center's they've done a real good job over the last 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, Marshy, if you'd have went to a game at the old Chicago Stadium, well, one, you probably wouldn't have went, because most of the time there's 100 fights in the crowd. you might have gone, but you wouldn't have wore your Blues stuff. Right. Let me rephrase that. Mm-hmm. No, you'd see people rolling, like fighting, rolling down, falling down the stairs, like as they're fighting, and the game's going on. Mm-hmm.
That almost happened to Anthony at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
When he wore his Falcons gear.
I don't know what it is.
And one hat. Go back to Atlanta. I'm from here. They didn't like it.
I'm from the
Where are you?
I'm from
Falcons fan then.
Deion Sanders. We don't care.
Can't even play there anymore.
I was a kid. We all make mistakes. They didn't want to hear it. And a gentleman and his girlfriend did not like my presence there. Mm-hmm. And after a handful of drinks, maybe about 10, 11, hell, it was cold that night, I decided that I was going to lift my foot and I was going to kick that kid right in the face. Not the kid, guy.
Kick a child.
No, I was going to kick that boyfriend right in the face. But I didn't, guys. I didn't. And you might be thinking to yourself, nice job.
Well done, man.
Way to be even keel. It's not for me. My buddy grabbed me and literally tossed me to the side, making sure
And then he kicked
I
him in
wasn't
the
arrested.
face.
No. No, he played peacemaker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did anybody get kicked in the face?
Nope, not
That
that
wasn't a
night.
good night then.
It's not a very good story.
Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, Broheimer.
I guarantee you, if you texted, I almost just got in a fight, and we were around at the time, Kerry would have called you at 2 a.m. in the morning.
You good? That's
Yep.
what it would have said.
make sure.
You good?
Because I'm still awake. And I still got my clothes right here. And put them right back on, and the car's good to go. We ready.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
What else you got, Marsh?
All right, so BK and Ferrario were having this discussion earlier, and Bill Simmons on his podcast, the Bill Simmons podcast, was talking about NBA expansion and relocation spots. And in quote, Kansas City is a big factor than people think, or bigger factor than people think. They just had the World Cup. That city is built for big events now. They had basketball before. I think Nashville is possible. I wouldn't rule out St. Louis. What is your appetite for an NBA team if St. Louis were to ever get one?
Sign me up,
Yeah, I
brother.
love it.
Sign me up.
Any professional sports league here in St. Louis would be great.
Be a season ticket holder. I would be definitely at the games. And maybe me and Jamie probably go courtside on some tickets.
Jamie looked like he smelled a fart over there when I asked that
Jamie
question.
will be at the damn game if we buy these courtside tickets.
I'll be there if you buy the court side, yeah.
If we buy the courtside
if you
tickets.
do.
No, hell no. This is a
You do.
business venture. This is a joint
What are you, French?
business venture. You know, listen, man, we'll talk off here. The Warriors come into town. You know, LeBron, whoever he's playing
I
for,
can't
comes
wait
into
to
town.
fist bump LeBron.
You're
I might
missing,
hurt him.
You're missing the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a businessman.
I hear you.
As am I. We can buy those tickets. We can watch the game from up top. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you buy those tickets, Karen,
When
I'll
we
be right there with you.
buy the tickets.
Because I'm sure they'll be
Anthony,
cheap.
he's a hater. Me and you.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, I'll go. I've never been to an NBA game.
I have.
Never been.
I've
We
never
gotta
get that back.
We got to get a.
You cut his mic off. I don't want to hear his crap he's spewing right now. You're not gonna talk crap on the NBA,
It was
man.
awful.
Who'd you go
Well, yeah,
watch?
what'd you see?
The Hornets and the
Bobcats?
the Pelicans. The Hornets and the Bobcats. Right. What are we doing here?
I saw two games.
Who was playing?
The Vancouver Grizzlies.
Okay. Big Country.
They were playing the Boston Celtics. It was a big game.
Well, there you go.
And then I saw the
What
Lakers.
Celtics version was it? Paul Pierce saying that was before the Big Three.
Oh, well before
Yeah,
that.
it was after Bird.
Yes.
Was it?
It was in the
Who was?
called the Dead Era. And I saw the Lakers play at the Great Western
Who
Forum.
did they have?
Shaq was there.
Okay. Was it pre
Shaq was
the
cool.
championships, or was it during
I
that
can't
that
remember.
time?
Shaq was cool though. We got to
Well,
see.
he just-
We saw Shaq at like our pregame skate the one day.
Okay.
And he came in and wanted to go ice skating. We didn't have skates, obviously.
Big enough.
Size 23 or whatever the hell he is. Our trainer was like, our equipment guy was trying to figure out how he could maybe cut skates and like piece it together to make like a couple of skates for him, like from Olsen. There's just no way to do it.
Right.
But Shaq was awesome, man. He was super chill. You'd never know that he was like one of the greatest players or biggest stars in the world. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Probably a dumb question. Would you rather have a relocated NFL team or an expansion NBA team?
Yes.
Give me that football.
What team?
Who cares?
Expansion NBA team.
Really?
Yeah, because
That surprises me from you.
Because St. Louis, and
Can't
Jamie.
afford another
I've always said this. Like,
reload. Located
but
football
you
team.
just picked basketball over football.
I'm
I
not.
feel like I don't even know you anymore.
That's why I added the relocated part.
I'm not picking basketball over football. What I am picking is a St. Louis-born team compared
He gets
to
it.
another relocated mess. That's what I'm picking.
I'm ashamed of Jamie.
Like, what's best for St. Louis?
Again?
What's best for St. Louis is having its own team, born and developed right here, born and raised in St. Louis. I don't care what sport it is. St. Louis will get behind it.
I'm ashamed of Jamie.
For what?
Jamie likes to make money, and I just gave him this joint venture is gonna make us a lot of money, and he just said no, because he let his vitriol for the sport of basketball get in the
Because
way.
you've never let
of
your
money.
vitriol get the best of you.
Focus on what I'm talking about.
I am. I'm looking at the vitriol that you're spewing out of your mouth right now.
Not when it comes to money. And I thought the same from you.
Yeah, I mean,
I am
sure.
ashamed.
We'll try it out.
Okay.
You bring me to the game. Okay, you get those tickets, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, cool.
There you go.
It's fair enough, right?
Yes. That was what's trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. NFL 4 Downs is next. You're searching for your next new ride, and you're driving around, and you don't love the selection that's available. Or maybe you start online, you look to save some time, and you find a vehicle that you like, or a couple of vehicles that you like, and you go to a dealership, and they don't have those exact vehicles. And they're like, well, it's in another lot. You won't get that experience from Auto Centers Nissan, because when you start at AutoCentersNissan.com and you pick out a couple of vehicles, whether they're new or pre-owned, those same vehicles will be there for you on the lot in Herculaneum, waiting for you to test drive the exact cars, exact mix, exact models that you found online, that you researched, and now you can test drive them. That's what Auto Centers Nissan's all about. They're about wide selection. In fact, they have over 1,000 new and used vehicles all in one location, right up I-55, just minutes from South County in Herculaneum, Missouri. They got a wide selection of pre-owned vehicles and new. If you're shopping for new vehicles right now, they've got 2026 Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Frontier models that are available with 0% APR for up to 60 months. But buyers can also take advantage of no money down and no payments for up to 6 months on select new and used vehicles. And when you start online at AutoCentersNissan.com, make sure you choose the vehicle that you want. Look for that green Claim My Buyer's Bonus button. Hit that, and then you're going to unlock up to an additional $1,000 off the sales price exclusively online. When you do head to Herculaneum, tell them Anthony Stalter from 101 ESPN sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan. time for NFL 4 Downs here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, Anthony Stalter. Fire away, Marsh.
First down.
All right, gentlemen. So, former Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill said he has no power in his left leg nearly 10 months after suffering a gruesome knee injury last season against the Jets. The Jets, Jets. That's not good. Is Tyreek officially done?
I think, well, he mentioned that he's had 2 surgeries on the knee, on the left leg. He tore multiple ligaments in his knee. He dislocated his kneecap. Anytime you see a gruesome injury like that, you worry about like nerve issues and torn things other than just the ligaments. Like you can recover from the torn ligaments. Surgery gets those things back in order. But I think the kneecap being dislocated, which I've seen some bad kneecap injuries where the kneecap actually circles around to the back of the knee.
Ugh.
And yeah, man, it's a rough thing to deal with. But the fact that he says he's 10 months since the injury and still has no power. One thing, we think about people being fast, but Tyreek Hill is also very powerful. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of his lower body, lower extremities are what allows him to run as fast as he does. And if he doesn't have that power or the strength in one leg, that essentially takes away the one thing that he does best, which is run past people.
Sure.
Well, it puts him at risk too.
Yeah.
Health-wise, because if you got a weak left leg, you got no power, and you're trying to get out there, and you go to make a move, and you can't make that move, and now you get absolutely crushed because of it. Mm-hmm. So it's a tough spot for the player.
I think he will return. If you watch the video of him talking about it, he does seem kind of optimistic. He's almost like reflective. Hey, they said I might not walk again. Now look where I'm at. I still don't have any power. I think he's building up. That was his point. I'm building that power back up. I think he'll play again. Will he ever be the same? Probably not. I mean, that's just reality. But I do think he'll be able to play again, and somebody will sign him maybe in the second half of the season. That's what I think.
Made me think of I don't remember I had to look it up. I couldn't remember his name. Zach Miller, the former Bears tight end.
Oh, okay.
That tore his knee up and dislocated his knee, and he retired afterwards. Like it was so, like I said, that kneecap. I think it's the nerve damage that happens when that kneecap moves around in a different place than where it is initially.
Ugh.
It with Zach Miller, it almost severed some arteries and permanent nerve damage for him.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that's what's going on with Tyreek Hill, but again, that nerve issue and not being able to have that power or that strength back in that leg. Mm-hmm. He had mentioned in the article that they said he might not walk again.
Right.
So he's walking, but will he be able to play at the level that he has in his career? That remains to be seen.
Second down.
Guys, one of the biggest talking points of the offseason is Aaron Donald and whether or not he will return. So Adam Schefter joined the Pat McAfee show the other day and talked about Aaron Donald getting into football shape. Let's take a listen.
What's going on right now is that he's trying to get back in football shape. My understanding is it's going to be a while before we hear a final decision about him coming back. Like when he comes back, he's going to want to be Aaron Donald, and he's not going to come back unless he feels like he's Aaron Donald. And that's why it sounds like it's not going to be a quick verdict from him, that he's going to be ramping up all during training camp. And this may go towards the start of the regular season before we hear that he has or hasn't signed with the team. Like he's going through it all right now. This is his own pre-training camp routine. And so, I mean, you're telling me you think he's going to play 100% of the snaps when he's out there. I don't know that he's going to do that, but he wants to be Aaron Donald or he's not going to come back. So if he's going to be Aaron Donald when he comes back, he'll probably be used a decent amount. I don't know that it'll be full-time. I would think that they still would be smart with him.
What is your final verdict with this whole Aaron Donald situation?
Oh, I think he's going to come back at some point. They'll figure it out. They'll figure out the contract. CD, you had mentioned the office will probably restructure it.
Well, he's at $30 million.
Yeah, they're going to have to. But I absolutely think that Aaron Donald's going to come back at some point. Similar to what Gronk did when he went to Tampa. I believe that was in the middle of the season too, was it not? When he first went back to Tampa?
Oh, I don't remember.
I know.
How many years did he miss though? Wasn't it just 1 year for him?
I can't remember.
That's low.
But it just seemed like that same year, everybody's talking about Gronk could come back, Gronk could come back, and then boom, it's like the worst kept secret. So
I've watched a bunch of Aaron Donald's training
he played
videos.
16 games when he came back.
Oh, okay. So it was the training camp then?
Yeah,
he came back?
Yeah. He missed
bad.
one season.
So I've watched a bunch of Aaron Donald workout videos that he's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
If he comes back, I don't know if it's for limited snaps in a game. I think if he comes back, he's back.
Mm-hmm.
And to imagine him and Myles Garrett on the same defensive line, like who do you double?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Good luck.
But for real.
No, seriously.
Because both of those guys are two of the most doubled guys when they played. When Aaron, and currently for Myles Garrett.
And if you put them on the same side, like you got a center, a right guard, and a right tackle, or left guard, left tackle, whatever side they're on, it ain't enough bodies to block both of those guys. Like you said, you're going to double one of them, and then that means Myles Garrett is freed up with the tackle and a tight end or maybe a running back, which means now you got less people in the pass route that you can throw the ball to. You might have all day, maybe.
You might have to put
But
the entire team in
you ain't going to have many receivers to throw it to. Like, that's a problem. Like, schematically trying to figure out how to protect your quarterback versus those two guys, especially if they're on the same side. Man, I wish whoever has to do that, I wish them the best. So, I think it'd be fun if he's able to, though.
I'd like to see it.
Third down.
A couple of days ago, Mike Florio posted to Yahoo Sports that the Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield has set a deadline. His team is going to try to comply. Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated reported earlier this week that the Bucs are ready to dive into negotiations with Baker, whose 3-year, $100 million deal expires after the 2026 season. Why are the Buccaneers messing around with Baker Mayfield? Are you surprised that he does not have a deal already? Do you think that he is their quarterback of the future, or do you think they're ready to sort of maybe give him a little deal and then move on?
I think in a perfect world for them, it's another 2 or 3 year deal for Baker Mayfield because, well, they don't have a successor. The Buccaneers don't. And they've been just a little too good to get a franchise quarterback through the draft, and not that they've tried to because they've had Baker. It's just it struck me weird that they're still kind of dragging their feet on this one, unless Baker Mayfield and his camp are being completely unreasonable at this point with the guaranteed money or the term that's expected. I don't understand. To my point, to start this whole thing, one, he's a very good quarterback. Every teammate absolutely loves Baker Mayfield. They talk about him on all these podcasts and all these interviews, and you don't have the next guy up. So I wonder if it's just something as simple as there's no deadline and both sides are like, yeah, we'll get it done. We'll figure it out. I do think that he'll probably get a 3-year contract like you're saying, and the money will be similar to what, Goff got and Trevor Lawrence got and Justin Herbert got from like a yearly basis. Yeah,
annual
not
average.
total.
Yeah. So I think it'll happen. I agree. You don't have anybody ready to go. Nobody waiting in the wings, and you're going to be just good enough to not be in the top 10 and select your next quarterback. So it makes all the sense in the world to keep going with Baker. I mean, he transformed that when he got there. It was like, oh, geez, we found our next guy.
Yeah.
So
Schefter's projection for Baker is about $50 million. Is he a $50 million quarterback?
no,
$50 million a year?
no, but
$50 million a year, according to Schefter's projection.
that's what he's commanding.
Yeah.
And if he's going to get
Making
that
about
someplace
33
else,
right now.
if he gets that somewhere else, that's what he's owed. That's
big
what somebody's
raise.
worth. You're only worth what somebody's willing to pay you.
Jacoby Brissett is in a similar position. He wants a new contract as well. I think he's set to make like $6 million this year as a starting quarterback in the NFL. And they were going over the names of some of the guys that are making more than him, like Anthony Richardson, who is making $8 million this year, who was the third quarterback on his
Some
roster.
of the backups are making 10.
Yeah. Right.
Like I can't knock it, man. If they gonna pay it, get it. Go ahead and get it. Do what you got to do.
Fourth down.
All right, guys, I came across an article today on NFL.com from Kevin Patra. NFL MVP, one non-quarterback candidate from each NFC team in 2026. Let's expand this to the entire NFL. Who is one player, your favorite non-quarterback, that could potentially win the MVP this upcoming season?
I think it would be a running back.
Bijan Robinson.
I could see it.
That's mine.
I mean, if the Falcons do have a good season,
I like Bijan.
He's dynamic. I think it could be Saquon.
I think we're past Saquon.
If he couldn't win it 2 years ago.
Like, I think he's still a really good running back, but I think we're just, I don't want to say he's past his prime because I think he's still an elite running back, but there's a number of hits that your body has. None of us know what that number is, but he's closer to that number than Bijan Robinson is.
All right. I'll give you two outside of Bijan Robinson. Jahmyr Gibbs of the Lions, who's going to be the back. There's no complimentary back anymore. David Montgomery's now in Houston. And if he could stay healthy, and he stayed healthy last year, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey's a serious contender.
Those are the two.
I like Jamar Chase,
You still
too.
like McCaffrey?
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard, though,
He's
for
in the same boat as Saquon for me. He's a little bit further down the stream than Saquon is.
I think Christian McCaffrey's a beast.
You said Jamar Chase.
I
Like
like
Jamar
Jamar
Chase is one of, if not the best wide receiver in the league. You could argue it could be somebody else. I'd say Justin Jefferson. But I feel like if a pass catcher is going to win the MVP, how do you not give it to the guy throwing him the football?
Exactly. Over the last, I can't remember what the exact figure is, of the last X amount of MVPs, all of them have been quarterbacks. There's been two, I think, since, I don't know, 2004 or something like that.
Adrian Peterson won.
Adrian Peterson, and there was another running back who won it. I can't remember now.
MVP?
Yeah.
Has anybody?
LaDainian.
When's the last time? Or
Might have been.
when's the last time a defensive guy won it?
I think it was Lawrence Taylor.
I suppose it was LT.
Right. Let's see.
So
here.
I'm just looking at the Rams right now with Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett. If Aaron Donald does come back and Myles Garrett goes on to have like some epic season of sacks, like would they ever consider that anymore? Or is that like forget it?
Since 2000, they've all been quarterbacks, except for when it's not a quarterback, it's been a running back. 2000 was Marshall Faulk. In 2005, it was Sean Alexander. In 2006, it was LaDainian Tomlinson. And in 2012 was Adrian Peterson. So, to your point, Marsh, if a wide receiver is even in the conversation, it's likely to go to the QB.
And you mentioned Saquon Barkley. I would have thought if he was going to win the MVP, it would have been 2 seasons ago.
Fair, because he was
he didn't.
incredible. All right, it's Fastline on 101 ESPN. Does wearing the C still matter in hockey? That's next.
Cheap, fun.
Let's get dirty. St. Louis. I was at the Kisker location today, poking my head in there, getting ready for a long weekend coming up here, and just noticed how many amazing items that they got. And it's not just that they've got all the bourbons you're looking for or the tequilas or the vodkas. It's the price. I just couldn't believe how awesome they were priced, and you know that just brings me back to the name, Dirt Cheap. That's the price, not the product. And if you're looking for anything for your parties, get-togethers, just sitting at home, maybe you're just grilling, you want a nice cold beer, they've got all of that right there at Dirt Cheap. The staff is fantastic. If you have any questions for them, they're going to answer them for you. Or if you ask for a suggestion, whether it's a pairing of a wine with a specific meal, they're going to help you out with all of that as well. And Dirt Cheap's going to help you out, especially if you download the Rewards app. Download the Dirt Cheap app. Every dollar you spend at Dirt Cheap earns you points that you can use in store. On the app, you can find events that are happening, certain tastings. They do have raffles from time to time with allocated bourbons, so you can get in on things with that as well. But you do have to download the app. You can find all that over at dirtcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's dirtcheapfunfun.com. Whatever your tastes, you'll find it at Dirt Cheap. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
3:06, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Cardinals back in action, 4:15 today at Busch Stadium. They're playing a solo game, a makeup game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So we'll keep you updated on that one. Julian McKenzie of The Athletic wrote an article today about, and it's titled, I'll just read the title, More NHL Teams Than Ever Are Without a Captain. Does wearing the C still matter? And without taking a long, deep dive into the article first here, Jamie, we can highlight some of the things. What's your thoughts on that? Just initial blush. Does wearing the C still matter in today's game compared to maybe when you were playing?
Yeah, I think it does. I truly do. And in the article, he lists the teams that don't have a captain, and almost every single team on that list
is not good.
Is not good or not a playoff team.
Senators, Blackhawks, Blue Jackets, our Blues. Bruins, Canucks, Ducks, Islanders, Kings, Sharks.
Yeah, so
that's 10 teams. That's a lot of teams.
I'm not saying that it goes hand in hand, but like I think that here's my issue. If you have a hockey team and you don't clearly have an individual that you think is the captain, then you're the failure as the GM. Because that means you drafted uncharacter or players that lack character, or you've signed guys that you don't believe are leaders or captains. That's on you. So, in my opinion, wearing the C does matter. You have to have a little bit of old school mentality, but you have to have that liaison to the coaching staff. Your captain is the voice sometimes, especially if you're a third or fourth line player or things are getting a little crazy. You can't necessarily walk up and voice your displeasure. You need somebody to do that. And again, I think that if you don't have an individual, that it's not about the rah or the holding guys accountable, all that stuff. A lot of that stuff, as we know, with the modern day athlete, that's not really working anyways. But if you don't have a player that when you watch him play shows you that they're a leader, that they do whatever it takes to help the team, that's an issue. So the captaincy doesn't have to be a guy that everyone thinks is like this barbarian guy, the Brian Sutters of the world, although Brian Sutter was an excellent captain. But maybe it's a guy that just displays that he plays the game the right way. He shows up to practice every day, works hard, challenges himself in the weight room every day, like does the right things constantly. That's a leader. And that's the kind of guy you want your team to follow. I want you to play like him. Not how many points he gets, but the way he approaches every single day.
So what I found interesting about this article, Marco Sturm of the Boston Bruins, he's the head coach. In quote, he said, "I've always said I wanted a captain." And he said this in May, but now being through that for the first time as a head coach, not having a captain, I thought it went really well. Maybe because guys were really close. The leadership group, I thought, did a good job overall. Everyone had their input. There was no outsider. They always kept it really tight. I actually didn't mind it. So, Jamie, you're in the camp of, no, teams need captains. The Blues don't have one. They don't have one. We have an idea of who could be the captain.
Yeah.
Is this something that maybe they should wait to establish?
Why wait? You either know or you don't.
Okay.
Like my original comment.
Yeah.
If you don't know if you have a captain, you don't have the right team.
Okay.
How much? Okay, so I also wonder too, and if you read the article, they kind of touch upon this. Justin Williams explained it. He goes, you don't want to give the C to someone who might leave in 2 years.
No.
So it is about commitment.
Yeah, but Justin Williams, I'd say it right to his face. I mean, that's just BS. It is. That's the new school mentality. And in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, teams started giving the C to not necessarily the most deserving. They gave it to the player with the longest term left on his contract. For that reason, that mentality. Well, I don't want to have it just for a year or two. Really? Because if I had, who do we think is a great captain in the NHL right now?
Jordan Staal.
Okay, if I had Jordan Staal and I signed him tomorrow to play for the Blues next year, he'd be my captain.
Yeah.
Because here's why. It doesn't have to be 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Because Jordan Staal coming in for 1 year or 2 years, he's going to show the next wave of players what it is to be a captain, what you're supposed to do to be a captain.
Yeah, great point.
And the Robert Thomases of the world, the Jake Neighbors of the world, they will learn from that captain. But he's only here for a year. Who cares? The next guy you give the C to might be more prepared to wear it, having watched that one guy here for a year or two wear it. So that's where I just totally disagree with
that's a really great point. You want the right guy, not necessarily the guy
that has the most term on his contract.
Right,
well, let's give it to him. He's got 5 years left.
And it goes back to therefore it goes back to what you're talking about leadership. I mean, leadership groups, leadership committees, multiple alternate captains, veteran voices. That's kind of what the NHL is going through. Well, if you have, it's the old adage of, if you give if 3 people are in charge of feeding the dog will starve. Because you don't have that one person that's this is my role. I know what is being asked of me.
I do find it interesting that hockey, and I know football has captains too. We see the little C on the jersey on Sundays and Saturdays and Mondays and Thursdays and now Wednesdays and maybe Tuesdays. Who knows? But that's reserved for the MAC.
Stay out of Tuesdays. NFL.
But hockey is you got a captain, but you don't see that in baseball. You don't see that in basketball. Now the Yankees,
talk about it, though.
They do, but I just wonder what the difference is. How do those I don't know the answer to it, but how do those clubhouses work versus a hockey locker room?
It's a good question, Marsh, and I really don't know the answer to it, but let me try because the first thing I thought of is that in a baseball clubhouse, or let me start with the other sports first. In the NHL, Jamie, your head coach, but I feel like it's a lot of it's almost like a player-led sport. NFL, you have your head coach, but then you have your offensive coordinator, your position coach. If you play special teams, you got another. So it's kind of spread out more.
For sure. And that's why you have multiple captains.
Yes. In Major League Baseball, your manager isn't just a technician. More so than anything, I've talked about this. It's not about the lineup card. Unless it's the postseason, it's not always about what moves you make with your bullpen. You are managing the clubhouse. So if you don't have a leader as a manager, then you're going to be in trouble. Then you have the wrong guy. I'm not saying that manager doesn't also have veteran guys that he can go to. Maybe he's got to get a message through to a young player. He's not doing it, so he's got to delegate. But I do think the role of the manager is a lot different, certainly than an NFL head coach, and I would also imagine an NHL head coach.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot that comes with being the captain. And, some people are like, why is a leadership group? Leadership groups are fine until they become leadership cliques.
Yes.
Because what happens then is you got 4 or 5 guys with a voice, and what if 2 or 3 of them are pulling the rope in a different direction, but they're part of your leadership group? Then you don't really know who your leadership group is. Is it these guys going this way or these guys going that way? I'm a young player. What are we doing here?
Right. So that sounds like a toxic locker room.
It is, and that's why I worried. That's why, to me, you have to have the so-called father figure there that at the end of the day, he's the alpha, and it ends with him.
Well, and, we haven't even brought this up, but at least in hockey, you're talking to the media every single day. When the team is not playing well, you have to answer those questions. Are you picking the right person to... I don't want to call them the mouthpiece for the team by any means, but they are representing the larger group.
Yeah, you're the voice of the group, and it comes with a lot of responsibility. So, I'm a firm believer in a team having a captain. And again, though, the caveat to that is if you don't know who your captain is, it means you don't have one.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well said. The situation that Jamie talked about, by the way, Marsh, real quick, it does remind me of a AFC Richmond club that was in transition the first time they hired their head coach, Ted Lasso, and Roy Kent, the veteran.
Yeah.
A lot of people were flocking toward him in that first year, but then, of course, you had the young mouthpiece there in Jamie Tartt.
Yeah, a lot of people flocking towards him, too.
Yeah, because he's the young superstar, right? So, and that... a lot of work that had to be done by that manager, Ted Lasso.
He did a great job. You talk about trying to manage people. you have your X's and O's. Maybe you delegate that to an assistant coach.
Sure.
With a beard. And maybe a guy who's a towel boy.
Maybe.
And then you manage the people within that locker room.
Exactly.
And maybe, it takes a little bit of time, but eventually, after you are relegated, you move up.
As long as you believe, Marsh. That's the key. Chris Kerber next on 101 ESPN.
Unless you're one of those really smart do-it-yourselfers that understand how everything in your house works, like me, you've got to trust somebody that comes into your house to fix a piece of equipment. And that's where Classic Air Care comes in with the air conditioner. I hit the thermostat, it blows out air. It's supposed to be cold. If it's not, I need help understanding why. Well, look, if you've received an HVAC diagnosis you're not sure about, get a free second opinion from Classic Air Care. Their experienced technicians will inspect your system, review the other company's diagnosis, explain your options clearly, and help you make the right decision. And again, that second opinion is free. Don't spend money on repairs or replacement until you're confident in the diagnosis. So call Classic Air Care today. Get your free second opinion. It's Classic Air Care. You can get online at classicaircare.com as well. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Callier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues, right here on the Blues Radio Network. Kerbs, how are you?
Anthony, I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing great. So we just had a conversation. There's an article done at The Athletic talking about wearing the C, and there are 10 teams, including the Blues, that don't have a captain, or at least they haven't named one. And the article kind of explores whether or not wearing the C still matters. And Jamie gave us his thoughts. I was interested in yours as well. So does wearing the C still matter in the NHL?
Yeah, I think as time has gone on, I'm actually more and more in the camp of I not only do I think it matters, I think it matters a lot. Now, it matters most if you pick the wrong guy, right? You've got the wrong kind of leader. That could be really detrimental to you. And I understand the leadership by committee aspect of things. I do also believe that it's not just on one guy to handle it all. I do think it takes multiple guys to get it done. But I also do think that a direct line from one person that understands the room to the head coach, or in today's day and age, a captain that can talk with the general manager, that can express what's going on, so the general manager can really get a feel for what's going on with the team as well. I actually do believe that it is important.
Kerbs, switching gears a little bit, I want to get your opinion on...
Wait, Jamie, sorry. Were we on the same page, or were we...
Oh, yeah, no. Here's what I said. I said I firmly believe that a team needs a captain, and if you're a team that you're looking at your roster and you don't know who your captain is, that's on the general manager. It means you haven't found a player that embodies those qualities yet. And it doesn't mean they can't develop into it, but I do think that the team needs a captain.
Yeah, and you know, one of the reasons that The Athletic wrote that article is because they're saying, look, there was a trend where teams started giving that captain to young, up-and-coming players they thought would be long-term players with their organization, and then those players are eventually kind of nudging their way out of that organization, like Matthew or like Brady Tkachuk, right? You know, and that kind of thing. So I understand the premise that the article is making, but I agree with you. I still think it is needed, and you're 100% right. Typically, it's not much of a discussion who really is. The only discussion is if you're a good enough team where you might have 2 or 3 good options. Yeah,
that's a nice problem to have. Switching gears a little bit, Kerbs. The pesky Blackhawks brought back Patrick Kane. Little reunion here to close out his career. What were your thoughts when you saw him going back to Chicago and then getting $8 million a year too?
Yeah, you know what? I like this. I like this for Patrick Kane. I like this for the Blackhawks. I was surprised it was a 2-year deal. I really kind of felt like Patrick Kane, kind of like some other players. Eventually, you just start moving into the year-to-year deal, right? But to get a 2-year deal, to get it at an average value of $4 million a year, proven he can still score, he can be effective. You're going to bring back. It's crazy to say, when you were talking Patrick Kane, you want to feel old when you start to say you're bringing back nostalgia, right? But they won that first cup with him 16 years ago. I like this move for them. Look, the Chicago Blackhawks, clearly by trading that 4th overall pick, in the Byron deal, they know that the heat is on. Their general manager knows that the heat is on. I mean, they got to start making some hay in the standings, and the biggest challenge that they have is the same one that the Blues have. It's the same one that the Nashville Predators have, right? You're trying to make a move in a Central Division, which is nasty. So I like this for them. I don't know that at this point in time he's the game changer that he was, but he could bring a little more swagger to their lineup. He's still a threat without a doubt, especially on the power play.
Curves, when you look at that trade, you talked about the nostalgia. It got me to thinking, is there a current player that the Blues could sign and would be kind of the nostalgic signing that the Blackhawks just had with Patrick Kane?
Well, I guess the way you would have to look at that is, to me, that would be, even though, I think it may be like if and I don't think that he signed, but I could have missed something while I was gone, but like to me, that's if a Jaden Schwartz or a Vladimir Tarasenko were to sign a 1-year deal or something with you at this point in time, right? I don't think there's anyone kind of beyond that. The only other one that kind of fits that one for me would be if a deal were made and a Ryan O'Reilly came back into the fold. So I guess that might be somewhat similar. I guess, especially when you have to look at it from a championship winning team aspect.
Chris Kerber joins us right now on 101 ESPN. Is there anything left unanswered for you as far as the offseason for the Blues? So I'm not talking about necessarily like season preview or anything like that where we dive into the strengths and weaknesses of the club, but do you think there's anything that has been unanswered yet by the front office when it comes to this offseason and the roster being built?
Yeah, you know what? I don't see any holes right now that they're saying we've got to go out there and actively try to fill. If something were to happen where a guy, as they start to gear up the training in August, gets hurt, and that opens a door to sign a guy, that'd be one thing. Because you don't have a whole lot of preseason games, I don't necessarily think the Blues would be as active as in the past when signing player to tryouts and training camp, things along those kind of lines. And the reason it feels to me kind of sad is I really think that they nailed it in their free agency period when they signed Ross Johnston. They nailed a really important need for this team of some jam and some grit and some nastiness in that, and that's going to help these young kids. And then the fact that they went out and they got McTavish, and the fact that they got Brandon Carlo, they fill the gap where if some young players struggle in their first full season in the league or in their second full season, that kind of thing, they've got some veteran experience there. I think you're almost at the point where you're waiting to see if the plan you put together will work on the ice. So, no, I feel like the offseason is pretty much set.
Curbs, I'm wondering, I can't help but wonder about a guy like Otto Stenberg coming up this year, because as I'm doing the math, currently the Blues have 13 forwards on one-way contracts. They got Oscar Sundqvist on the two-way contract as well. And then you add in Otto Stenberg, who's part of the organization. You're at 15 forwards. And the trade for McMichael and McTavish, that kind of solidifies that second line probably for you. How does Otto Stenberg find his way onto this team?
Well, you better come into camp ready to go, right? And they still have the option, to put them down in Springfield so they can protect their depth that way. That was one of Larry Plo's big things, was asset management along those lines. But Jamie, I also think, and I started wondering that same question, when you started to see the signing of Carlo, the signing, the trade for McTavish, bringing in Johnson, you're like, okay, there's some roles there. To me, the way that if he plays in and he knocks somebody out of a spot, there's a veteran player going on waivers or somebody's getting traded. Because I don't think they want to block these guys much longer. They want to be part of it. But I also think that it goes back to them saying we want to make sure that we are competitive for the current roster. So he's either going to force that, come in and just play really well in the 2, maybe 3 games he's going to get in the preseason, and force them to say, we're moving another player out because we're confident this guy can do it with what we saw from last year to this year. And I think the same thing with Lindstein, to be honest with you. Or, and Juracek maybe. Or the other aspect is he goes down and continues to season in the minor leagues for another little while. And then inevitably, and I don't know how you're feeling on this, I'm sure you'll probably be on the ice with some of these guys at some point. Man, the shortened camp, the not as many games or whatever you may call it, I'm anticipating some more nicks and bruises in the early season for some of these guys. So having some roster depth in the first 15 games of this season, to me, that you can call upon, even bringing them up from the minors, is really, really important.
Chris Kerber, we appreciate you. Thank you. We'll check back with you again next week.
Okay, guys. Have an awesome week.
You
Talk
too.
to you next week.
All right. That's Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues here on your home of the Blues, 101 ESPN. Are Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts still vastly underappreciated given what they've done in Philly? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter with you here. Got our guy Stewie on the line with us. Stewie, we absolutely love when you come into the station and you tell us stories about helping out customers or 101 ESPN listeners. And we hear that you've got a great story again for us.
Jamie, another true story. ESPN listener went where the realtor said to go. Hey, go to my lender. They're great. They're wonderful. 8 days before closing, they said, you know what? We can't approve your loan because you don't have enough money for the closing costs and the down payment. 8 days before closing.
Oof.
People freaked out. They picked up the phone and said, you know what? I hear Stewie and Jamie with Jamie and Anthony. I'm going to give them a call. Gave us a call. We closed in 8 days, got the bagel loan, no closing costs. They got enough money to get in the house, closed it quick for them, and a better rate on top of it. There you go.
That's awesome.
I love it.
And these are stories that we have heard a lot of because we see the text line, Jamie, and people will text us. You just ran into somebody out in your neck of the woods, somebody at a bar that, came up to you and said, hey, I called the bagel guy.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't do bagels, but he does do the bagel loan. He does it very well. But the bottom line is you got to call our guy, Stewie. He's all about serving the customer. And the moment you talk to him, you'll realize that. So give him a call on his personal cell phone number, 314-324-4440.
Again, that's 314-324-4440.
Or you can Google the bagel loan. Stewie, keep up the great work.
Have a great day and go Cards.
NMLS number 226715.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals take on the Arizona Diamondbacks today, 4:15 first pitch with Michael McGreevy on the mound. He'll face off against Brandon Pfaadt. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Voice of the Blues, Chris Kerber, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
So I think it was on Get Up yesterday that they were talking about Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, because of course everybody's coming out with like their rankings and their list, and where is this guy, where is this quarterback rank, where does this head coach rank, and the crew at Get Up started to talk about whether or not Nick Sirianni is like coaching for his job, even though the Eagles have had so much success. Jason McCourty, formerly of the Patriots, talked about how Sirianni's winning percentage is outstanding. And if you just look at the winning percentage, he's in the same category as some of the greats. Now, he hasn't coached as long, but still, again, just from a winning percentage standpoint, he's high up there. And if Jalen Hurts isn't viewed as an elite QB, Jason McCourty's point was that then shouldn't Sirianni receive even more credit for winning as much as he has in Philly? Are those two guys still underappreciated? Do they continue to kind of fly under the radar? Because you rarely see, definitely you don't see Nick Sirianni discussed as any sort of like great head coach. And when it comes to Jalen Hurts, there's almost like this argument of whether or not he should be in like the back half of the top 10.
Should he even be the starter?
Should he even
That's how some people talk about Jalen Hurts.
Super Bowl MVP.
It's ridiculous, man.
So, CD, I'm going to kick this to you first then, because it looks like you've got very, definitive opinions about this. Is Sirianni and Hurts still underappreciated?
Yes, I think so. Part of the problem is when you look at a team, this is everyone. Like, you look at, well, how good is the offense? How well are they doing offensively? They might have a terrible offense. The quarterback might not be up to par, and this is not the case in this situation, in my opinion. But defensively, the Philadelphia Eagles have been and still are one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Defense wins championships. I'm looking at Nick Sirianni's win percentage. He's at a 694. Mm-hmm. He's at 600 in the playoffs. Like, you're winning damn near 70% of your games, and someone has the audacity to ask if you are good at your job. Like, that's crazy. So, yes, he's still a good coach. Yes, Jalen Hurts is still a really good quarterback. And again, the thing that I will tell you about playing the quarterback position, you need to have continuity. It is hard as hell to change offensive coordinators damn near every single year, in which Jalen Hurts has pretty much done since he's been in college. Like, he left school, he left Alabama and went to Oklahoma. That's a different change of offensive coordinators and offensive-minded coaches. And since he's been in the NFL, I think he's had a different offensive coordinator 5 of the 7 years or 6 of the 8 years that he's been there. Like, that is hard as hell to do and still have success. Like, they had no running game last year. We know Saquon Barkley. You just said you think he's still one of the elite running backs in the National Football League. He's not terrible, but they couldn't run the ball effectively last year. Mm-hmm. But the year before, Saquon Barkley is jumping over people backwards. Did he have a severe fall off from one year to the next? I don't think so. But the philosophy changed and how they get to things and how you coach things up and how you block and scheme. All of those things change from year to year because they have really good seasons, and then people poach their offensive coordinators. Or they have a really bad year and they get fired. And so the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, both Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni are damn good at their job. You might not like how they go about it, but they are damn good at their job. And if someone has an issue with Nick Sirianni as a head coach and how he wins games, and because he clearly wins a lot of games, I think that's foolish.
So here's the question I have. Okay, you take Jalen Hurts out and you put him on the Chiefs with Andy Reid. I think they're very good, right? I don't know if they're winning Super Bowls, but maybe. If you take Jalen Hurts and you put him on an average team, whoever the average team is, does he elevate everybody around him? I don't know.
But I think you can say that about any quarterback. Right. I think we assume that Patrick Mahomes is going to be great. Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame play caller head coach.
What I'm saying is I don't know. I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying I don't know. Nick Sirianni, if we give him an average roster, does he have a winning team? I say absolutely not. That's my point with Jalen Hurts. I don't know. Jalen Hurts could elevate an average team.
Why do you say that about Nick Sirianni, though?
Because
what about him makes you believe that he's not the reason that they are having the success that they're having?
He's not an X's and O's guy, and he's got absolutely the best roster in football, thanks to the best GM in all of sports in Howie Roseman.
I think it'd be tough.
He is handed a Ferrari every year. And all Nick Sirianni has to do is not crash that son of a you-know-what.
Yeah, he's always on the rumble strip for a majority of the season,
yes,
too.
Before somehow he pulls it back onto the road and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, it'd be tough for any head coach to take a bad roster or an average roster and make that team better than they should be. Don't you think?
What about McVay?
You think McVay has a average roster?
He's got like a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No, take him off the Rams and then give him an average roster. Do you think he elevates it?
No.
Oh, I do.
I don't. That's not how the game works. It's about the Jimmys and Joes, not the X's and O's. So, I can't make... I do.
He just told you to shush.
What was that, Kerry?
Can't make sugar out of you-know-what. It's difficult.
So Ben Johnson didn't elevate the Bears when he got there?
They had athletes. Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams did very little.
The Eberflus that was floating around Chicago was part of the problem.
You're kind of proving his point.
You're proving my point.
No, that doesn't. But what you're saying is Caleb Williams. What you're implying, in my opinion, how I hear it, is you're saying Caleb Williams was average. Caleb Williams was never average. He was being coached by someone that was average. He was a good player. He's not. You're saying you take regular players and bring in an elite coach, and now those players elevate. Caleb Williams was already a really good player. He was a Heisman Trophy winner.
But
He's
he
the
wasn't
number
a good
one
player.
He had bad coaching. That does not mean he's not a good player.
You're basically
but you're saying if it's
That's
about
not. What you're saying is you can give me Cardinal or give me an average player in Major League Baseball or in the NFL, and that player will now elevate to a Hall of Fame or Pro Bowl caliber player.
You're inflating my point. What I'm saying is
that's not what you're saying. You're not saying take average players, and then all of a sudden those average players are going to be
carry an average roster. I'm not talking about specific players. I'm talking about an average roster. The Chicago Bears had an average roster.
I don't think they had an average roster. So I think they had the number one
Eberflus.
So if it was all coaching,
they had the number one pick because they had a trade. They traded up for Caleb Williams,
and then was a really good player already. That's why he was one. That's why he won the Heisman. That's why he was the first player drafted.
So what's the so then Caleb Williams
he wasn't
just figured
a terrible player or an average player.
They had an average roster.
Okay,
and Ben Johnson took that team. They won the division, a stacked division, and then went and won one playoff game, damn near won a second one to get in the NFC Championship game.
I think I have changed my stance. There is one head coach that has repeatedly taken an average roster and made them a playoff team almost every single year. Mike Tomlin.
It's an outstanding point.
Taking an average team.
And made
that
them
team
better.
Is not average either. That team defensively, there's nothing average about. They got future Hall of Famers.
Defense, offense.
What is that?
Meet in the middle. Average.
All right, hey, I get one more question.
But Nick Sirianni is not Mike Tomlin.
I got one. No. I got one question for you.
Here's the carry.
Okay, got one question. Nick Sirianni is hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's your first thought?
Who's the offensive coordinator?
Let's say it's the same. Well, they got Mike McCarthy now. Let's say it's not Matt Canada or Arthur Smith.
Then I think they're going to win. I do. I think they're going to, their defense is going to play well. Offensively, they got enough. I believe they're going to win. They're going to have success. Nick Sirianni is a damn good football coach.
You shouldn't have brought up the Steelers. Because even when they're terrible, Carey thinks they're going to win.
I brought them
They're
up.
still a damn good football team.
So Mike McCarthy.
Who's blocking TJ off the edge? Nobody.
Mike McCarthy retires at the end of the year.
And Nick Sirianni is our head coach.
Sirianni is
We're going
fired.
to the playoffs.
Okay. All right. We'll just agree to disagree.
We're going to the playoffs.
Carey, I wish you nothing but the best in Pittsburgh.
If Nick Sirianni takes over the Falcons, they're losing.
I'm done.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
What's the difference?
You stop.
What's the difference?
You stop. Because you said that man was not an Italian, and then that man went out and won a Super Bowl, and you promised that you would take it all back. And here you are again.
I did take that back.
Hating on Nick Sirianni.
I did take that back.
You called him the fake Italian.
I called him the Olive Garden of Italians.
You did.
And that was wrong.
It was damn
And I apologized, and I took that back.
Pretty good.
It's pretty solid. Breadsticks,
man.
Breadsticks.
The Alfredo sauce.
Don't you dare.
Oh, you can eat salads.
Don't you dare.
Too.
You're talking about the breadsticks.
Yeah, the chicken parm. You get the tour,
I don't think,
the tour of Italy.
Don't stop.
I don't think any coach can take an average team and win a championship.
No, I'm not saying championship, Gary. I'm saying an average team and elevate them. So in the Bears case, I think Ben Johnson proved that.
So can I just say something, Gary? Just the way
you're right. You know what? You're right, because Nick Sirianni won a Super Bowl.
You got good players.
The way Carey's describing this, though, it just what I'm hearing is that a bad coach can make a team bad or players play worse, but a good coach can't elevate them. Because you're saying Matt Eberflus was so bad that's why Caleb Williams couldn't do. But if we add a good coach like Ben Johnson, well, he was already a good player. Well, no. If the coach can make him bad, another coach can make him good.
I think a bad coach can keep you stuck in the mud.
And a good coach can't elevate you.
A good coach can bring you to where you are rightly supposed to be.
And beyond.
Some good coaches can't do anything after a bad coach was there. Look at the Los Angeles Chargers. You know, Jim Harbaugh is there, but what have they really done? Playoff-wise, they have no success, even though Brandon Staley brought them to the playoffs. They didn't do anything. They blew a game against Jacksonville. Jim Harbaugh comes in. I think we all think Jim Harbaugh's a pretty damn good head coach. Mm-hmm. What have they done?
Well, they had lost both of their tackles last year, still made the playoffs.
So, okay, you know what? Hey, you're right. You're right. You want to be right? You're right.
No, I don't want to be right. I want to have a conversation.
You want to be right.
All right, if Mahomes went to Atlanta, Mahomes started in Atlanta. Okay, he was drafted by the Falcons. How many Super Bowls they got?
0.
If Mahomes went to Atlanta, who's coaching them? Who's there? What's on the roster? Who else is there?
Same coaches.
Who else is there?
Same rosters.
If Patrick Mahomes is on this roster with the Atlanta Falcons right now?
No, the Mahomes was drafted when? When was he drafted?
I don't know. Was it 2014?
I think it was 2017.
2017.
You could be wrong.
I don't know.
Okay, so that would have been Dan Quinn. It's Dan Quinn. Okay.
When did they go to the Super Bowl?
2017.
They would go to the Super Bowl.
All right, so the year after then. Okay, they don't have Kyle Shanahan.
Who else is on the team?
It's Dan Quinn. It's the same. It's guys like Julio is still there. I don't know.
So you think that Dan Quinn is the reason that they stunk after
I'm asking you.
Going to the Super Bowl the year before and losing?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
Mahomes joins Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's the head coach.
I don't know who else is on the roster, but if everyone else is on the roster and it's similar to what it was, I would assume that the record would be maybe you win a game or two more.
Okay, so how many Super Bowls do they have right now in Atlanta with Mahomes?
Right now? Probably one.
Okay.
Because I love their roster now offensively.
Yeah, but you got to account for like teams that just never win. Like that's why my team will never win. They could have the best roster ever and they still won't win.
Did Jeff Fisher have a good players when he was here?
He had some good players, yeah.
Did he have a good roster, would you say?
Top to bottom, no. The offense was terrible.
So is Jeff Fisher a terrible football coach?
He's an average one.
Was he average when he took the really good players in Tennessee to the Super Bowl? So was it Jeff Fisher or was it the players? Because he went to a Super Bowl as a head coach, correct?
Yes.
And lost.
Yes.
But he went there.
Yeah.
Because he had what?
Yeah, good players.
Exactly. So good
right.
Good players are more important than good coaches. Are they not?
Would you say that about the Patriots when they won Super Bowls with nobodies?
They didn't have nobodies.
Yeah, they did.
The sickness of you all to believe that Bill Belichick. What the hell are we talking about, man?
One guy.
They didn't. Oh, my God. You know what? You guys are crazy.
Well, Gary.
One guy?
One guy.
He was out there by his damn self.
Yeah, he's
blocking, catching, running.
Threw the ball and sometimes caught it.
I bet you believe that. I mean, against the Falcons, he
named
did.
Their best players back then.
What year?
The years
they got Hall of Famers: Richard Seymour, Ty Law,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Those guys weren't there when they were winning.
Adam Vinatieri. Yes, they were.
Adam Vinatieri.
Those are Hall of Famers.
Oh, Gary.
Are we? Am I crazy?
You're not.
Randy Moss. Well, they lost the Super Bowl, but Randy Moss is.
I'm talking about the years where they won it and that Danny
I just gave you.
They had defensive. They had Hall of Famers.
They also had Gronk though on those teams.
Gronkowski.
Some of them.
What are we doing?
He's not coaching.
Let's play Beat the Streak, and we'll do our home run derby game next on 101 ESPN.
Rondolph Chevrolet, the name says it all. They are the best in the business. They've been providing winning service here in St. Louis for close to 85 years. I have been a customer for over 25 years, and they've got two locations now. The original location out in Florissant, Missouri, and the brand new Londoff Autoplex out in St. Peters. Both locations are stocked with great inventory, whether it's brand new or pre-owned vehicles. A couple of the deals that they got going on right now, they've got a 2025 Chrysler Pacifica van. It's limited Napa leather moonroof loaded. The sales price at the Autoplex is only $33,925. You got a Chevy Traverse as well, 2020. The Black Book retail on that is $29,025, listed at the Autoplex for $27,940. Those are just a couple of the great deals right now happening at Londoff Chevrolet. So stop by either location. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. And if you can't get there in person, it's easy to get there online. Visit londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
All right, time to play Beat the Streak here on 101 ESPN. Got Kevin back?
We do.
All right.
The Cardinals had 3 hits yesterday, and Blaze Jordan had one of them.
Nice job, Kevin. I told you you're going to go on a streak, man. That's 2 now.
I know you guys were rolling your eyes whenever I took Blaze Jordan.
No, we have no. Hey, listen, Kevin. We aren't good enough at anything to be rolling our eyes at anybody.
We don't know.
No. So nice job. Kevin's got 2, Marsh. Is he the leader in the clubhouse here?
He is in the leader, or he is tied with you, actually. Anthony, you have 2 points. But
Who the hell did I have?
You had J.J. Weatherholt, who had a home run.
You had the home run.
Yeah, you doubled down. So.
Yeah.
However, Kerry, myself, Jamie, we're all at 0.
Okay, well, Kevin, lead us off, man.
I can take a Diamondback, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me Corbin Carroll.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the well. I'm gonna take J.J. Weatherholt. All right, Marshall, who's up next?
That would be me. I'm going to go with... Oh, man. Oh, I love Michael McGreevy. I don't know if I want to take... Oh, he's not even in the lineup. Martell's not even playing today, so I was thinking about him. Give me Jordan Walker batting second today.
Okay. Sorry, Kerry. Who do you want?
You took JJ?
I did.
Give me, give me Mason. Mason Wynn.
Okay.
Who did Jamie want? Jimmy Crooks?
Jimmy Crooks. That's what he said before he walked out.
He said, give me Crooksy.
Yep. All right, there you go. Kevin, good luck to you, man.
I'll see you on Monday.
All right, Dada baby. Nice job. All right, talk to you later, Kevin.
Bye.
All right, from Beat the Streak to the Home Run Derby game.
I don't believe what I just saw. Home run.
All right, Marsh, we got a good contest now. You're still in the lead with 20.
Yes, you have 19 now.
Thanks to J.J. Weatherholt, I got 19. Jamie with 13. Kerry with 9.
Frustrating.
All right, who do I want today? Let's go with Alec Burleson.
Okay, going Burley here. You know what? Give me Jordan Walker. I'll mix things up today. Mix it up.
Surprise. Jamie, who you got, brother?
I'm trying to find the damn lineup.
Well, that's not the website, sir.
It is. Just go ahead without me right now for a second.
Give me... Yeah, I double down with Mason Wynn.
Okay. That worked for me yesterday with Weatherholt. Jamie?
Give me, let's see here. Anybody got Lars Nootbaar yet?
No.
You do. Give me the Noot.
All right, there you go. There's your Beat the Street game and the Home Run Derby. We didn't play a lineup game because the lineup came out before we got on. So here is the lineup in case you missed it against the Diamondbacks. It is a makeup game today at Busch Stadium. J.J. Weatherholt leads off playing second. Jordan Walker's in right hitting second. Ivan Herrera has the day off for the first time all season. Alec Burleson's your DH and he's hitting third. Lars Nootbaar is playing left. He's your cleanup hitter. Mason Wynn is the shortstop, hitting fifth. Jose Fermin back at third base as opposed to the outfield. He's hitting sixth. Nathan Church is your center fielder, hitting seventh. Blaze Jordan is at first base today, and he's hitting eighth. Jimmy Crooks is your catcher, and he is hitting ninth. It'll be Brandon Pfaadt versus Michael McGreevy. Michael McGreevy is 4-7 on the year, but he's got a 2.92 ERA, 2.92 ERA. Brandon Pfaadt, 4-1 on the year, but 4.58 ERA. So McGreevy having the better year from a pitching standpoint, but the win-loss record certainly in Pfaadt's favor because the Diamondbacks have been better on those days that he has pitched than Michael McGreevy, and the Cardinals have been when Michael McGreevy pitches.
Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt, his last outing was against the Cardinals. He went a 5 1/3, 6 hits given up, 2 earned runs. He struck out 3. A lot of balls on the ground on that Saturday.
This offense got to get going for the Cardinals.
I think Jordan's going to hit a home run today. Good for you. Proud of you.
Think Jordan Walker's going to hit one?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said JJ. And then
I did, and then I fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what threw me off.
I said JJ, I mean...
you meant Jordan Walker. Gotcha. All right. Our guy, Brad Thompson, back on the call. Chip Carey with the Cardinals TV network.
Good job.
All right, we got the Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
404, your time check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Kerry Davis really realized how Italian I was. He was outside. He was looking through the little windows that we have here in the studio, and you thought I was ticked off.
I thought you were fussing.
Because
your hands were moving all over the place. And then when I came in, you were talking so calmly. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
So when we do this and da-da-da, da-da-da. Like, I thought he was cussing and fussing.
No.
He was just talking, man.
I'm just pure Italian. It's one of the most spot-on stereotypes that you're going to see.
I wasn't going to come in. I was going to give it a second because I thought you were Marsh. You were having a powwow. When I walked in, you were like, so you know what I mean? I was just this and da-da-da-da-da. Couldn't be calmer. I'm like, what the hell did I just witness?
Italian. All right, Jason knocked me off yesterday in round 1, so he advances to round 2. What's up, Jason?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're doing great, man. Appreciate you coming back for round 2 today. After beating me, would you like to take on Marsh, CD, or Jamie in round 2?
I think I'm going to go with Marsh.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. So
I don't know if I really have a reason behind it.
Hey, you don't need one. You know, that's what. If you're feeling Marsh today, you're feeling Marsh today. It's all good. Go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel. Then we'll kick him into the cone of silence.
All right, Marsh, go ahead and spin the wheel.
All right, now we'll let Marsh vacate. Now, Jason, I was in the cone of silence yesterday when you were asked this, or maybe you weren't asked this. Is there a certain topic that you're hoping for?
Well, I did pretty good at random, so why not get that again?
Okay, go 2 for 2. CD?
He's going 2 for 2.
Wow, okay, it's random, huh?
It is random.
All right, so you're going to get 4 random questions today. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. Thank you, Kerry. Those questions become worth 1 point if you ask for the options. This is how the wheel typically does this, Kerry, where it kind of gets in
last few times.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Finds its spot and stays there.
So Jason versus Marsh today in random. All right, here we go. Question 1. Christopher Nolan's 2026 blockbuster, The Odyssey, starring Matt Damon as the Greek hero, is an adaptation of a 2,800-year-old epic poem. Who is credited as the original ancient author of this tale?
Let me get the options on that one.
All right. Homer, Plato, or Aristotle?
Okay. I really have no idea. Aristotle. Final answer.
All right, question number 2. There are 6 branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. What branch uses the slogan, "It's not just a job, it's an adventure"?
Oh. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Navy. Final answer.
All right, Jason, question 3. What is the 5th sign of the zodiac? And here's your hint. It is a fire sign represented by the lion, and we are in this zodiac currently.
Leo? I'll go with Leo. Final answer.
Final question. Name the theoretical physicist that revolutionized modern physics and is considered the father of relativity.
Let's get the options on that.
Is it Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, or Niels Bohr?
Okay, so I was thinking Albert Einstein at the first place, but that seems too obvious. Let's go with Albert Einstein. Final answer. I'll stick with that. Stick with my gut.
Okay. All right. Let's bring back Marsh from the Cone of Silence. Jason, how you feeling?
About the same as yesterday.
Okay. Well, you wait. Hey, you won yesterday, so it worked out well. All right, Marsh is making his way back in from the Cone of Silence right now. He's about to put on his headphones here in a second, and we'll be ready to rock. Marsh, you good?
I am ready.
Your category today is random.
Okay.
Random.
Bag of lunch.
Oh, boy.
Question 1. Christopher Nolan's 2026 blockbuster, The Odyssey, starring Matt Damon as the Greek hero, is an adaptation of a 2,800-year-old epic poem. Who is credited as the original ancient author of this tale?
Oh, man. Is it Homer? I'm going to go with Homer. Final answer.
Question number 2. There are 6 branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. What branch uses the slogan, "It's not just a job, it's an adventure"?
It's not just a job, it's an adventure. Let's narrow it down. Options.
Is it the Army, Navy, or Marine Corps?
Oh, jeez. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's go with the Navy. Why not? Final answer.
All right, Marsh, question 3. What is the 5th sign of the zodiac? Hint, it is a fire sign represented by the lion, and we are currently in this zodiac.
The lion. Oh, man. I don't know any of the zodiac things other than Pisces because that's what I am. Let's use the options.
Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo?
Let's go Leo. Final answer.
Final question. Name the theoretical physicist that revolutionized modern physics and is considered the father of relativity.
Is it Einstein? Theory of relativity? Let's go Einstein. Final answer. It's Albert all the way. Maybe.
Okay, we got a good one here, folks. Let's break this down. Jason chose Marsh for round 2. He wanted random. He got random. Let's see how they both did. Why don't we start there, right at the last question. Name the theoretical physicist that revolutionized modern physics and is considered the father of relativity. We just heard Marsh say Albert Einstein. Jason also went with Albert Einstein. Correct answer is
Albert Einstein.
But Marsh didn't need the options. Ooh. So Marsh takes a 2-1 early lead. What is the 5th sign of the zodiac? Hint, it is a fire sign represented by the lion, and we are in this zodiac currently. Marsh went with Leo. Jason went with Leo. Correct answer is
it's Leo.
But Jason didn't need the options for that one, so we're all tied up. Jason has 3. Marsh has 3. Let's go to the second question. There are 6 branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. What branch uses the slogan, "It's not just a job, it's an adventure"? Marsh went Navy. Jason went Navy. Correct answer is
Navy.
But Jason didn't need the options. So Jason, right now, 5 points. Marsh, right now, 4 points. Does it come down to this? This was the first question. Christopher Nolan's 2026 blockbuster, The Odyssey, starring Matt Damon as the Greek hero, is an adaptation of a 2,800-year-old epic poem. Who is credited as the original ancient author of this tale? Jason listened to the options and went Aristotle. Marsh did not listen to the options, and he chose Homer. Your choices were Aristotle, Plato, and Homer. Since Marsh didn't use the options, if the answer is Homer, then Marsh wins today 6-5. If the answer is Plato or Aristotle, Jason wins. So, CD, who's credited as the original ancient author of this tale?
Homer.
Jason.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Jason, that was an epic battle, though. You guys both, Marsh got them all right. You got 3 of the four right, including 2 where you didn't need options. The Einstein one you kind of knew right off the top of your head. And
yeah, I should have just went with my gut on that one.
You did great, though, man. You really did. And you know what? Marsh only defeats good guys.
True.
So you're a good guy.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Good job, Jason. That was quite the battle.
Thanks,
Quite
Jason.
the battle.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right, see you, man.
Yep.
Marsh, nice job. Jason's disappointed. He's frustrated. I don't blame him.
Good job,
He
Marshy.
showed up. He showed up ready to go. But Marsh, that was quite the win there.
I wouldn't have known that one. The Homer?
Homer?
No.
For whatever reason, I'm like, I think he wrote or credited with the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Yes.
I remember reading that in high school.
I may have. I would have definitely known it with the options. I may have known it off the top of my head. I knew the Navy one. I knew Leo.
I knew Leo and Father of Relativity. Navy,
so what's
I
Isaac?
probably would have got.
What's Isaac Newton?
I don't know. A person?
Like, what's he credited with?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Theory of something. What is it, Marsh?
Okay, so theory of relativity is Einstein.
Mm-hmm. And then Isaac Newton. What's he known for?
Shaft. That's Isaac Hayes.
So he is laws of motion and law of universal gravitation.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that law of inertia. So he has Newton's 3 laws. That's probably what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. Newton's 3 laws, which is inertia, acceleration, law of action, and reaction.
I would have swung and missed on that one.
Oh, we got Newton. We got a lot of people that know things here, huh? You guys proud of yourselves? They're saying Newton is gravity. There you go.
Okay, great.
Yep. Proud of you guys, man.
Good
Learn
job.
something new every day.
Awesome.
Have you
we
guys
love
seen
you all listening? Thank
Absolutely,
you.
yeah.
Appreciate you.
Have you guys seen the Odyssey yet? Christopher Nolan's Odyssey?
No. Didn't that just come out?
Yeah, it just came out like last week or something. Definitely wanting to see it.
I can't tell you the last time I went to the movie theaters that wasn't for like something with the kids.
Really?
Like we saw Toy Story 5,
Well, that was
That was
pretty
a good
recently.
one. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was good.
I liked it a lot.
that one. It was solid.
It was very, very spot on, man.
Yeah.
Me and my youngest daughter, went to watch it. She was like, you know what, Dad? This might be the best one yet.
Wow.
Honestly. Because we both, we took time. She's like, I was like, we're going to go watch Toy Story 5. She's like, okay, but we have to watch all 4 of them again.
Good for her.
So we watched all 4 leading up to go see number 5. And after 4, we both were like, well, why are they even doing a 5? 4 was, you kind of sent it off in a decent way.
Couldn't agree more, yeah.
You didn't need 5, but when we got to watch 5, she's like, might be the best one.
Really?
I was like, yeah, I agree. I think it is the best one that they've done.
I think it's good. I think the third one is the absolute best.
My favorite's the second one with Al's Toy Barn.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
Mine's third when they're in that preschool.
Oh,
and Loxo hugging back. He was running a tight ship, man. He was all over that.
Kendall and all the
And then when they're in the whatever it's called there, the
vents?
No, and at the end where they're going into the
trash
flame, the trash compactor or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, this is it.
No.
They're all holding hands. They know their fate.
This is it.
Man, we're getting some.
And then the cloud.
Yes, that third one was awesome.
We're getting some mixed reviews on the text line about the Odyssey. I've also heard mixed reviews. I've had some friends say that they loved it. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like it. So I'm interested. I'm probably still going to see it because I love Christopher Nolan films and I love watching movies in IMAX.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. And I have no problem. I know people don't like long movies. I have no problem watching a long movie.
Sure. Yeah. I don't think I'm seeing that thing in the theater, but maybe at some point I'll circle back to it. Yeah.
Not a fan?
I feel like
it's just tough to watch movies in the theater.
I feel like if a movie is built for IMAX, it should be experienced on an IMAX screen.
I don't disagree. If you and Rachel are free and
he don't have time, is basically what he's telling you.
Ready to come on over and you want babysit? It's fine. Chris and I can go.
I don't got the time is basically what he's telling you, Marshy. I love your theory of relativity, but I don't have time to go watch no dang on IMAX video.
That's not something.
I got too many damn kids to watch films where I don't have the time.
CD nailed it. CD nailed it. He right.
618 says it has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is great. I'd say about 80% of our text line hates that movie.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, if you like it though, you're really not compelled to say anything. But when you hate something, I'm going to tell everybody how much I hate it.
That's true.
All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Which quarterbacks can actually elevate the talent around them? Well, we all know that quarterbacks have to elevate everybody because the head coaches don't do squat in the NFL.
Now you're getting it, brother.
That's next on 101 ESPN.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane 101 ESPN. Your Redbirds are in the bottom of the first right now. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks. Looks like a pretty day at the ballpark, Kerry.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. Our guy Anthony Stalter, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers here with you. Anthony, what do you want to get into here?
So I was looking at one of the many articles out right now, various different websites that are, ranking quarterbacks and ranking these teams, this, that, and the other thing. But one of the articles specifically was talking about, quarterbacks and who they elevate and, what quarterbacks can elevate talent when it comes to playing in January. And even though the Seahawks won last season's Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, who really, at times maybe had to elevate the offense, but it was like, hey, don't make a mistake. Play turnover-free football. Our defense is good enough to win. Let's just play complimentary football. We're going to win that way. But the majority of teams have to win when the QB elevates the talent, whether it's Mahomes or Josh Allen or, Lamar Jackson, name your favorite quarterback over time. Those quarterbacks really have to elevate talent when it comes to playing in January. So my question to you guys is, what's the line of QBs that you feel as though can elevate everyone around them? So Josh Allen, I think, is a perfect example of that. Mahomes, when healthy, is a perfect example of that. I do think Lamar falls into that category. How much further are you going down? Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow, for sure, in my book. I mean, he's never even had a complete team, and he got a team without an offensive line to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so Kerry, are you with us there too? Mahomes,
I'm at about five.
Allen, Lamar, did I say Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow. And Joe Flacco.
Stafford.
And Stafford. Okay, all right. Yeah.
We gonna get Joe Flacco on the air. You gotta get Joe in.
Get him. You got to know enough people.
He played on every
He's
team.
He's almost your
except for-
age.
He is. He's younger than me, I think.
So everybody else then to you would fall into just a different category of really good quarterback, like Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
Dak Prescott is a fantastic quarterback, somebody that's going to win a bunch of games. But when it comes to January, he needs more of a complete team.
Agreed.
And the vast majority of the NFL would fall into that category.
I think it comes down to, of the five guys we just named, other than those teams that they're on, if that player was available, they would get rid of their quarterback for him.
Okay,
Matthew Stafford might be the only outlier because he's 40, whatever. Like he's a little bit older. But if Joe Burrow were available, if Lamar Jackson were available, if Josh Allen were available, if Patrick Mahomes was available, the other 28 teams are saying bye to their quarterback if they have a real chance to get him on their roster. That's what I believe. And I think that's what, when you're looking at like that caliber of a player, of a quarterback, that's when you say, yes, that's one of those ones. But other than that, everybody else is like, oh, okay, cool. We'll deal with the guy we got. But if those guys are available, you're having a real conversation about potentially getting them.
I'm interested, and look, this is a hypothetical that's hard to answer, but I'm interested in your guys' thoughts. If Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, I don't know if there's another guy that falls into this category, but if one of those two guys or both those guys win a Super Bowl, would you elevate them into that category then?
Well, then
Joe Burrow hasn't won a Super Bowl, and neither Josh Allen or Lamar.
You're answering a question we had earlier today. Then why isn't Jalen Hurts in this group?
People hate Jalen Hurts.
No, hear me out. Because if you're saying if Dak wins a Super Bowl, well, Jalen Hurts already won one, and he was an MVP,
and he's still
he's not in your five.
No, he's not. So why isn't he?
I don't know. But you're asking about
because you all give credit to the entire team because it's a team game, and you don't give credit to Jalen Hurts.
But wait.
Makes my other point.
That's not the conversation.
No. I'm saying that's why.
I understand.
But Kerry, you don't have him in your top five either.
As a player that if you would
elevate
available, and every other team would get rid of their quarterback for him. No, I don't. That don't mean he's not a good quarterback. That just means those guys are elite.
We're not saying he's not a good quarterback. You're pointing a finger at us like we're a couple of scumbuckets, but
you, Anthony. We've been going at it for the last 3 weeks.
Okay, you know what? Now you're pissing me off. You don't have Jalen Hurts in that category either.
Here we go.
And now you're saying you people.
He's not the reason I brought it up.
You know what I mean?
It's your fault.
It is. I'm not even trying to start the fight.
Why is that?
Jalen Hurts because I think that those 5 guys, are better quarterbacks. He's just right up under there. He's won a Super Bowl. So to me, he's ahead of Justin Herbert. He's ahead of Dak Prescott. You don't think he's ahead of Justin Herbert because you love Jay Herbo.
If you put Justin Herbert,
your favorite
put Justin Herbert on this Eagles team, he ain't losing that other one. I'll tell you that much.
You don't know that?
No, I don't. Jalen Hurts was incredible in that game. He's got at least one. He's got at least one Super Bowl.
Just
I know
like
that.
Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which tells us what? You put Jalen Hurts on the Chargers team, all of a sudden they get a Super Bowl? I don't think so, CD.
Neither does Justin Herbert.
That's my point.
I don't know what your point is.
I don't know anymore. I'm so lost.
Whatever, Jamie.
No, you whatever.
No, you whatever.
I started to talk about your question about, well, this Dak to somebody leapfrog, and I just brought up Jalen Hurts, and I just poured gas on the fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't even ask about Nick Sirianni because we've been talking about him in the last 3 breaks, too.
You know, I'm kind of, now that I think about it, I'm disappointed in you.
Why? Because I don't have Jalen Hurts on that list?
Nope, because you are a coach hater, and then all of a sudden you give Nick Sirianni credit. Why?
I'm not a coach hater.
I did hear him in the break. Just do your job. Don't even the head coach really isn't that important.
Right, and all of a sudden Nick Sirianni, he doesn't get his flowers.
I just said that I don't think bad coaches make a damn difference. Good coaches, they're still good coaches. Okay. But the coaches don't have as much
Nick
importance.
Sirianni just a good coach?
I think he's a good coach. Why? Anthony doesn't think he's a good coach. Anthony thinks he's a good coach because he coaches for a good team.
Well, it doesn't hurt.
It damn sure doesn't to have good players. I mean, if I could have good players every single time, I'd be good to go. That's the plan. You want good players. You want to be a good coach, Anthony? You want to be a good coach? Have good players. Bottom line. See, that bothers my man, Anthony, because he understands. He works hard putting his things together. But if them kids don't do right, if they don't do what you coach them to do, you're not going to be back-to-back champions like you are.
Kerry,
Anthony raises that damn trophy and says, look at me, fellas. Look at what I've done. Look what I brought to South County. Damn, the St. Louis Falcons. Look at us go.
Wow.
And those kids are like, Coach Anthony, can we hold the trophy, please?
That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
Is that why you're the only one that got a ring?
That's disgusting, Kerry.
The players
of course
do
it's
the
the
job,
players.
brother.
You did him dirty.
There's a statue outside of
I so
Lindbergh High
badly
School.
want to say something, but I'm not
It's
going
Anthony squatted down with his giant book in front of his face.
there. I so badly want to say something, but I'm not going to do that.
Oh, don't hold back.
No. Because I love you too much.
Oh, he's doing
All
that.
right? I do. And I respect the hell out of you.
I'm joking, but I'm just saying.
It is the players.
It's
Absolutely.
the players. I've been a coach. I've said this. I can call the best play in the world versus the best coverage.
I know.
Beat the coverage. Like, if you do exactly what I've coached you to do, we got a touchdown. We're going to win this game. And guess what? Player did the wrong thing. And then I've also called a terrible play. The worst play for that coverage.
The player made the play.
And the player did something spectacular. Oh, my God.
Of course.
So in both instances, what I did didn't mean a damn thing.
Why even have the coach then? You bring up a good point.
They have a player coach.
They should have the players just go. They should just have them coach themselves.
Or AI, right? AI is becoming a thing.
Right.
That's what we're in.
If they get a robot head coach.
You need to have practices, so the coach has to facilitate practices.
The players can do that.
Them guys run. Them guys. Listen, I tried it one time. I left my players out there. Said, since you all know so much, I'll leave.
Sure. And
it was a bleep show, so I had to come back out.
Okay, so
they can't run their own practices, Anthony.
So it's just so the coaches are just good for the.
You got to get them prepared for the game day.
All right.
And then you let your dogs go.
Mm-hmm.
You let them off the leash. But during the practice, they got to be on the leash. You got to have them corralled and get them where they need to be.
All right.
Game day, you're off the leash. You have at it, brother.
All right. We got our Sports Six-Pack coming up, part one at least. The Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Got any questions for us? Send those in. By the way, Cardinals up 2-0 in the bottom of the first, and they're still hitting with the bases loaded here.
Yeah.
So that offense is, at least for the right now, has come alive. We'll continue to update you on that. And again, our Sports Six Pack here on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, we talk about it all the time. I'm going to Mentality tomorrow. I usually go at the end of the week to get my weekend, refresher, get ready to roll into the weekend. But the program that I've been on for the last, 2.5 months has been outstanding for me. It has allowed me to have the energy all day, not have that 4 o'clock drag. We have the Gauntlet at 4. Normally, I'd have to go get a couple cups of coffee just to finish the last few segments of the day, but no more. Mentality's done a great job for me with their testosterone replacement therapy. I know they've done a great job for you as well.
Yeah, Carrie and I can't recommend it any more than we have. I mean, if you go to Mentality, just mention that Carrie and I sent you in there, and they'll completely run you through what they ran with us. You sit down, you talk to their board-certified physicians about everything that's been going on. They'll ask you very simple questions. Hey, how you been feeling? How's your energy levels? How's this? And it's not just energy either. I mean, I remember, back in the day where it's like my mood was constantly all over the place. And being on the Mentality program has helped stabilize that. I'm a lot more calmer. When it comes to like the energy I do have throughout the course of the day, it's all there. It's sustained. And, at now mid-40s now, Carrie, it's just, it is. I wish I started a lot sooner than I did.
Yeah, they have the testosterone replacement therapy. They have the peptides. They'll run a 100-point blood panel, get you the exact results of what your body will need to keep it functioning at the highest level, keep you ready to go about your day and not have that sluggish feeling. So if you need to get on down there, you can go to 2 great locations, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. But if you can't go in there personally, go online today, lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com, and that's Mentality.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals currently lead the Diamondbacks 2-0 in the top of the second inning. We'll keep you updated on this one as the show rolls along. But coming up next, we have part one of our Sports Six-Pack. So get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll answer those questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, time for the Sports Six-Pack Part 1. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Feel free to send in your questions there. Question 1, please, Marsh.
Question number 1.
All right, let's go to Babcock's burner phone. What's a team you love to hate? Like rooting against them is part of the fun.
Dodgers. I've always hated the Dodgers. Hate their stadium, hate their uniforms. Mostly hate their players.
Hate winning.
Hate what?
Hate a winning culture.
Jeez, I thought you said something else. They said women. I'm like, no, I love women.
No, I said winning. How the hell did you get women out of that?
I don't know.
Why that?
That's what I heard.
Hate a winning culture.
No, I like a winning culture.
But not the Dodgers winning culture.
Well, they have a great winning culture. Yeah. I've always hated the Dodgers, though, so it's not like I've started hating them recently. I always hate
how they got to their winning culture right now.
No, I just hate the Dodgers. I hated them as a kid.
I give the Cleveland Browns crap, but I'm kind of changing on that here in the last couple of years. I like what they've done in the draft. Like, a lot.
Like Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, the other quarterback that they drafted. And the running back, tight end, drafted an old lineman this year.
So not Dylan Gabriel. Everybody but him.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
I don't...
got it.
Like, if the question is asking me, like, as a fan... Or
yeah, as a fan,
I don't really hate any team. Like I'm not a super fan like that. Like I love the Cardinals and I cheer for them when they do well.
When you were a kid, Jamie, who did you hate? You had to hate somebody. I mean, you were a kid at one point. We get it now.
Yeah, probably the Quebec Nordique.
There you go.
Because they were the biggest rival for the Montreal Canadiens.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I hated the Cowboys.
You know what? I'm going to get to my point how I want to get to. You don't have to rush me through it.
I just felt like you needed some help, Jamie.
No, I was explaining my point of view, and then you just because you were still hot and bothered.
That's why I said I think that's
He's
on
totally
me.
projecting.
I think that's a direct shot towards you.
I'm not the guy you project your crap onto. Okay.
Yeah. Jamie, I just I couldn't. This was for you. You know, I saw you down a path. I don't really hate anybody.
I was explaining myself, Anthony.
You know, 3 minutes in, it's going to be about a lot.
There's a lot of things starting to make sense, Kerry.
You know, at some point we were going to need an answer, and we got it.
Yes, my bad. It's talk radio. My bad.
So, you know,
bad for talking.
Yeah, my bad for talking, Anthony.
I guess a thank you would be nice at some point.
No, probably never.
No.
Have you met him? You think he's going to say, this man was going to let me not talk for the entire show yesterday?
I thought about it,
He
man.
literally was going to not say a word.
Yeah, he was.
This is the same man.
He was hell-bent.
I told him to sit down one day. He literally stood up for the entire show. This is a sickness, man.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
He would not sit down.
That's a good point.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm sure his back was hurting, his knees were a little sore when he got home. He'll never admit it.
I felt great.
But he would not sit down for an entire 3 hours of the show.
He's a funny
He's
man.
sicko, man.
Marshall, what about you?
Obviously, any Chicago team, I'll hate watch them. But if I had to go beyond the Cubs, I think now my team to hate watch, sorry, Jamie, it's those Detroit Lions.
Well, yeah, I know.
So
I figured that. That makes sense. The same division as your team.
Yeah. Now, I could pick the Packers, but the Packers, I don't know, that's a fun rivalry. And I don't know, like, they have been 2 Super Bowls. historic franchise. There's just something about Lions fans, and I've said this before. They came out of the woodworks. They're like, oh, we're so much better than you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, let's calm down here. Like my team, you've never won anything either. So, let's slow down.
They were so bad.
They were so bad.
I can't believe you're hating on Lions fans.
Yeah, I just don't like them.
They've seen some things.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't like them.
That's fine, but holy moly.
So that raises the question, do all fan bases become annoying when their team starts winning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
seems unfair.
For me, the only reason when the Cubs won the World Series, I didn't feel hate towards them. I was like, man.
Come on, man. Are you serious?
About damn time. It's only been 100+ years like that.
I screamed like a little girl. When
Rajai Davis.
Yes.
Yeah.
I jumped around the room too when he hit that home run.
I was so excited when he hit that home run.
That was incredible.
I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to lose again.
Yeah.
I was excited too. But when they won, I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
I was fine with it. The Red Sox have broke the curse, the Cubs now. And I don't know. I thought it was good TV. If the Cardinals couldn't be in the World Series, I really didn't care.
It's one of the most watched World Series, I think, ever.
Yeah.
The entire series, too, not just that game. All right, question 2, Marsh.
Question number 2.
Lions fans talking crap to Vikings fans. Beat them twice this year. And that bad quarterback beat them in their own stadium. All right, from the 314, I sent... What? What he did? He walked in there.
Carson Wentz walked in their trap and took over their trap.
No, it was J.J. McCarthy went in and beat him. Talking crap on the Vikings. Whatever. All right, from the 314. Just seen Jake Paul say that multiple NFL teams and coaches want to sign him. Any thoughts? I actually read that while I was in the cone of silence. This is like an actual thing.
Who said that?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's not an actual thing. It's Jake Paul saying it's an actual thing.
Right.
Or somebody wants to sign him because they hate his guts so much they're going to have him go out and get absolutely obliterated at an NFL camp.
Yeah, I would think that
There's no way. Like when they did it with Brock Lesnar way back when, at least you could see why. The guy was a mutant. He was a All-American heavyweight wrestling champion, NCAA, almost undefeated, I believe, in his career. He'd done a lot of things. Jake Paul.
That didn't work out for him either.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
It's not.
It's not. Jake Paul.
You can't just wake up and I don't know.
I think he's just full of it. I think he's lying. He's all about promoting and doing all sorts of crap. There's no way.
He's a fool.
Yep.
Question number 3.
All right, this one's from Grant Francis Fan Club and is stolen from The Riz Show. Would you rather accept $100,000 or face prime Randy Johnson for a chance at $1 million? Here are the rules. 100 pitches, Randy throws strikes, and to win, you have to make contact and put a ball into play.
Yeah,
one ball into play.
Yeah, give me
$1 million bucks of Randy Johnson. Yeah.
One ball
and you get 100 pitches.
I'll hold my bat up in the strike
Can
zone.
I bat, bunt?
Yeah.
The hell are we talking about?
You make contact.
It's in play.
No problem.
It didn't say it had to be a CNI single.
Or a home run.
Or a home run. It's in play. Sign me up.
At some point with 100 pitches, I'm just saying, at some point, you would be able to time it up to at least make contact with the ball. Even
maybe, but is it going to be a fair ball?
Yeah. At some point, you will. 100 pitches is a lot of pitches. I'm sorry, from my point of view, you're a former athlete, Marsha, you are too. We would figure it out.
I agree.
To make contact, to put it in play.
I'll take the 100K. I'll invest it. And I'll have $1 million at some point.
We're talking about Randy Johnson.
Yeah, no problem.
Who throws over 100 miles per hour in his prime.
I'm taking a chance.
And think about it. He's a lefty, and his arm slot is very tricky.
Means I can
to
see
pick
it better.
Up. No.
You know what? The best part about that is
you can't even pick up.
Very uncomfortable.
It's hard to pick it up in a video game.
It would be a very uncomfortable at bat.
100 pitches, sign me up.
And you're lefty, I'm a lefty. That's lefty on lefty.
I don't care.
Okay,
I made my choice.
I'm sorry. It's always we're having a conversation.
You established it earlier. We're not talking. There's no talking on this show.
Some people are saying that you actually have to get a hit.
Well, that wasn't the original question.
That was not.
Oh, so there's like a defense, like a major league defense out there? No.
No, hell no.
No.
To give me the $100K.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
But if you're just saying I got to put the ball in play,
Yeah, no defense. You just got to put the ball in play.
I'm taking my chances.
Yeah, I'll just take the 100K. Yeah, that's guaranteed at least. Could you imagine you get to pitch 90 and you're like, oh, crap.
At that point, I'm holding the bat up in the strike zone.
Praying that it hits the bat.
Randy, just hit it right here.
I think
Randy, I'll give you $100,000.
I think I would take
Take a little bit off.
That's a smart play.
I think I would take the 100K as well, but I would want to have the experience of getting into the batter's box.
Well, if you're going to do that, go for the $1 million, baby.
Yeah, but there's just I think we're underestimating how hard that would be.
I don't know. I've seen guys shoot the puck 100 miles an hour.
You know what? That is true, Jamie. You're right.
So,
you're at least used to that sort of
blocked the
speed.
damn thing.
Yeah, that is true.
Knock it down with your stick.
You can.
Yeah. That's a fair point. All right, part 2 of the sports six-pack. Geez, slow down, Stalter. Take 2. Part 2 of the sports six-pack is coming up next. Keep those questions flowing in. Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. More of your questions next.
I want to talk to you about Conrad Restoration Services. They are led by Matt Conrad himself. He's been in the business for 25 years. He knows roofing, siding, gutters, exterior restoration, storm damage, and all the details that matter when protecting your home. Conrad Restoration Services isn't just about showing up after a storm looking for a quick check. No, they know what the job needs, how the process works, and they get the job done properly. They show up, they get the job done right. There's no overpricing. There's no cutting corners at all. They do everything the right way over at Conrad Restoration Services. And they know that the St. Louis area, they've got a ton of code regulations, and they'll take care of that. They make sure that they work within all of the guidelines that are set up in the city of St. Louis and St. Louis area. So please, if you have any outdoor work that you need done, or you've had storm damage or something's gone wrong, please pick up the phone and call my guy Matt or Maddie. But tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number's 314-805-8557. Again, that's 314-805-8557. You can always visit ConradRestorationServices.com. Remember, Conrad Restoration Services, local, experience, and trusted by St. Louis homeowners.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is right now 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, what do you got for question number 4?
Question number 4.
All right, let's head to the Snake Pit. Tanisha wants to know, who is your all-time favorite St. Louis Cardinal?
Chris Duncan.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to beat that one, right?
Man. Growing up, growing up, Ray Langford was definitely one of them. Like, man, watching him was fun. Obviously, Ozzie Smith. You know, it was a lot of them.
Brad Thompson.
There you go. Well done.
Even growing up in Canada, we got to see a lot of Ozzie Smith. Obviously, the backflip was very famous throughout the entire league. But when I got to St. Louis in the 90s and got to be friends with a couple of the guys, got to hang out with Chris Carpenter a few times. He was a great dude. Became friends with Jim Edmonds. Jimmy was a good dude and a fantastic baseball player as well. So I'd say one of those guys, apart from the obvious ones.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's pretty obvious. I grew up in an era where Albert Pujols was the best player, not only on the Cardinals, but in the league, in my opinion. So
yeah, kind of hard to go against him.
It's kind of hard to go against Albert Pujols. That was my guy growing up. So,
question number 5.
We'll say if it's not Dunk, it'd be Chris Carpenter.
Well, that's a great pick.
Just his, his toughness, his grit, everything he was about. Like, yeah.
From the 314, I'm interested to know, could CD suit up right now and play a live in-season game? If so, what team would you choose and why? And you get a 1-game check.
Oh, hell yeah, I can sign up.
We'll try. Hey, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah. What team? Man, listen, I'm not going to block no damn linebacker right now. I can tell you that much. I'm not. I could, that does not sound appealing at all. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing about it sounds like, yeah, go run ISO right now. For what? I don't think I would want to do that. I would run down on, well, they don't even have the kickoff. Sign me up. I could go run down.
That's not bad right now.
I could do kickoff.
Yeah.
I could do punt team. I'd be a winger, be on the wing, right wing, kick back. I can block my guy because they probably ain't going to rush that hard anyways. I can fill my lane and get down the field. I ain't worried. You can't blindside block anybody anymore, so, yeah. If I'm a special teamer,
that it once was.
Yeah. I could do that. Anything else, I would not do kickoff return. Well, I guess I could do kickoff return because they're not running at you anymore. So I can be a 4-core special teams guy right now. Punt return. I'm gonna get my hands on you and hold you right there. Yeah, I could do all special teams right now. If you ask me to go block a linebacker or a defensive end to kick him out, no, I'm not having that. I don't want no parts. No, thank you. If you ask me to run a route out of the backfield, nah, I'm good.
I'm fine back here.
I'm cool. Yeah. So, yes and no. For 1 game check, I do all 4 special teams for 4 quarters.
There you go.
Yeah.
Question number 6.
All right, an interesting one here from a 314. Would you rather never watch sports on TV again? You can watch them in person, or for every minute of sports you watch, you have to watch the equivalent amount of Caillou with the sound on.
I've never seen it, so let me keep the sports in my life. I don't know how
Jamie
bad it
hates
is.
Caillou.
Oh, he's such a whiny little.
Oh.
Caillou got outlawed at the Rivers house by Ivan Herrera.
Oh man.
What was it again? I got to
listen. Never watch the games on TV. You can only watch them in person. Or for every minute of a game you watch, you got to watch the equivalent of Caillou?
Oh, that's a lot of Caillou. I could get through the damn Caillou, I guess.
So
I
you
don't
watch,
have to
you
watch it. It just has to be on, right?
The sound has to be on,
Yeah, I could get through that somehow.
I'd probably go with the Caillou route, too.
Yeah. And
but you watch a 2-hour game, you got to sit there and watch 2 hours of Caillou.
Oh, man, it's riveting. It's a sick question. Who sent that in?
It's a texter who has only sent in 2 messages to our show.
Good for that person.
But it sounds like they listen because Caillou is brought up a few times throughout the weeks.
Oh, man.
All right, that'll do it for our Sports Six-Pack. We will move to the biggest question of the day here on 101 ESPN.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
.505, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Kerry Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Andrew Marsh with the biggest question of the day.
All right, gentlemen, I came across an article on MLB.com. Trade deadline strategy for each team. Mark Feinsand writes for the Cardinals, St. Louis has been another surprise team in this year's race, but President of Baseball Operations Chaim Bloom is unlikely to become a big buyer regardless of how close the Cardinals are to a playoff spot. Bloom could look to thread the buy and sell needle with impending free agent Dustin May and Lars Nootbaar serving as the most logical trade chips. Adding starting pitching depth, preferably controllable arms, should be the focus. Does this trade deadline strategy align with what we think is Chaim Bloom's plan?
All right,
so controllable arm or arms.
So let's read that. Let's read that last part again, okay? Because I think that's kind of where the crux of the question comes from. Bloom could look to thread the buy and sell needle with impending free agents Dustin May and Lars Nootbaar serving as the most logical trade chips. Now, Lars does have another year left of control. Adding starting pitching depth, preferably controllable arms, should be the focus. So do you guys think that aligns with Bloom's deadline strategy or his plan? Adding controllable arms.
I mean, that probably aligns with a lot of teams' plans.
True.
It's pretty broad statement for a lot of teams who doesn't want controllable arms in their rotation.
Yeah, and it also just aligns with what Bloom has already shown us.
Yeah.
In that he's just going to acquire as much pitching as humanly possible, which is, I think it's a great strategy.
I think it aligns. I mean, I don't know what kind of a controllable pitcher you're getting for what you have on your roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on the fact that, like, what's Dustin May really going to fetch you? Lars Nootbaar, he might move the needle. If you choose to go down that path and move on from Lars, you probably get a pretty good return on that one. But that's if you're moving off of Lars Nootbaar.
Yeah.
And I don't think JoJo or maybe O'Brien, if a team is desperate enough and they need that closer and they think that that's the piece of the puzzle that they're missing and that the young controllable arm is not even a guy that's going to be pitching for them in the playoffs, maybe. But I think that's the only way you get there.
Yeah.
I think the controllable arm is, I mean, as you said, that's what they've been doing. They've been stockpiling pitching, and you can never have enough of it. You've said that time after time again. So if that's what you are getting in return, sure. If it makes the most sense. And if it's not a trade that is worth moving on from Lars, I think Dustin May has probably gone either way because he will be a free agent next year. So he's probably going to try to go put him somewhere where he can get paid if that's what he's looking for, which I'm sure he is. So, yeah, I think you're going to move on from him, but I don't know that they necessarily have to move on from Lars Nootbaar. I don't know if that's an off-season deal that needs to get done, or if that's a trade deadline deal that needs to get done. I think it will happen, but I don't know when it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read this, and I could be wrong, preferably controllable arms, adding starting pitching depth, I read that as for this season and beyond to help the major league roster. But when Bloom has been acquiring pitching, it's been young arms, right, that are in the system. I read this as helping the major league roster, which then would mean you are having to get those controllable arms by getting rid of probably prospects. Am I reading that wrong? Because I don't mind them getting controllable starters because you will have those guys for years to come. The thing is, you probably will have to get rid of some younger players in the system, and that pitcher could also block another younger pitcher from stepping into a role later down the line. Again, I could be wrong in how I'm interpreting this, but what do you think?
All right, so I got two, I guess, kind of related thoughts on that, Marsh, and I'll answer the second part, which is really more directly to your question here in a second. What I read from this with Feinsand is using Dustin May and Lars Nootbaar to get the controllable arms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're going to get, what sort of controllable arm you're going to get with Dustin May. You could package the two and maybe get a controllable arm, but still it'd be Lars Nootbaar that people would be giving up some sort of controllable arm for. And it would have to be a AAA pitcher that is like on the the come here, and he's going to be a part of your rotation next year. So I think that's what Feinstein is referring to. What you just said, though, about giving up prospects, I do think is correct. I mean, if a team is going to give up some sort of controllable arm, a decent one, one that's going to be in your starting rotation next year, yeah, you are talking about giving up some key prospects within your organization. And I don't know if the Cardinals are there yet. It would have to be the absolute right piece. Obviously not a rental, because it's not a controllable arm then. Somebody that I think would be in his prime, and somebody that you earmark is like, hey, for the next 4 to 5 years, this guy, or let's just say 3 years, he's going to be in our rotation. Then, yes, I think what you're referring to is you're going to have to give up prospects for that. And I don't know if Bloom is ready to do that.
But we do think at some point he could do that because they're trying to acquire as much pitching talent as possible to then flip those guys. But you don't know if that's necessarily going to happen
this
year one.
Correct. Yeah. I don't know if he's like, again, it'd have to be the right. He falls in love with some arm. He's wanted this player. That player becomes available, and the price tag makes him throw up in his mouth a little bit. But still, he's going to get that done. You know, he's uncomfortable with it. He don't love it, but he's going to give up those prospects because this is a controllable arm. He feels like he's going to make a huge difference. I'll give you I'll give you kind of an example, a real example, but it's just not for prospects. When Theo Epstein got to Chicago, he knew he wanted John Lester to be a part of the rotation. He knew what he had in Boston. He knew what kind of leader he was. He knew that it was going to take a John Lester type to come in to a locker room or a clubhouse that's going to be a lot of young players, and everybody needs to come together. And John Lester was somebody that he really coveted. And he probably overpaid for Lester, probably gave him one more year, and then also signed off on David Ross because John Lester really wanted David Ross to be his personal catcher. So he thought, like, this is, I'll do whatever. So if we're talking about somebody like that in a prospect form or a controllable arm, then I think Bloom could do it. If not, no, I don't think it'll be in year one. We do have our daily drop coming up soon. So leave us a Skyly Heating Company mic drop via the 101 ESPN mobile app. If you look at the bottom of the mobile app, you'll see the mic drop feature. Leave us a mic drop. Anything that you want to discuss, maybe it was a reaction to something we've said today, or maybe it's a new thought that you've had, comment or question for us, send us a mic drop, and we'll do it in the daily drop coming up at 5:30. We do have Bet the Board next. Time to play Bet the Board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Marsh, you got latest standings?
Why don't we go over how everybody did last night?
Perfect. That works too.
So I know Jamie.
Yeah, Cubs sucked.
That's good, though, for St. Louis.
It is, sure.
It's good for St. Louis. Our Sox Day, 1 for 2. Our Sox Day went 1 for 2. The White Sox picked up a win. But those Boston Red Sox, Anthony, after Chester sent us that eloquent mic drop the other day, not great. And then old Brian Reynolds went 0 for gopher.
Yeah, he did.
What was the Red Sox streak? 15? So they won 15 straight. I picked them. They lost.
That sucks.
And I don't feel bad for those stupid Red Sox. Yeah. I hope they lose 15 straight now. I really do.
That's harsh.
I don't care. They deserve it.
Why'd you go with the Red Sox instead of the White Sox?
Because the Boston Red Sox had won 14 in a row or 15 in a row.
You're a Chicago guy.
Well, I'm trying to win.
Yeah, a White Sox guy, nonetheless.
I'm trying to win Bet the Board here.
So why didn't you go with your Sox? You went with the Sox with the wrong Sox.
I went with the Red Sox. They won. Am I speaking French here?
I don't know.
They won 15 in a row.
Yeah, they were due to lose, though.
Right.
Well, clearly you're both right.
Now we are.
After you've seen the scores. Clearly you're right.
All right, so our current standings.
Look, Marsh, I'm an idiot. I get it, guys. I get it. I'm an idiot. I went with the Red Sox. I went with the wrong pick. I get it.
Nobody said that.
You're fine.
I said it.
No, we didn't say that.
Oh, we didn't say that. But we're not pushing back, but we didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Standings. I have 7 points. Anthony have 6. Jamie with 5. Carey with 4. And today will be a tough day.
Yes, it will.
4 games and 3 of them already played.
Yeah.
2 of them played and 1 of them currently
There's
playing.
no WNBA. You got 1 baseball game. You got you could go live here with the Cardinals game. You got Royals Tigers, and that's it. So, who's up first? You, Marsh?
Yeah, it's me. I'm going to go. This is, we're going to find out in the first inning. Royals, Tigers, give me the under 0.5 runs in the first inning at minus 120.
Okay. Anthem.
I'll take the under 8.5 live play on this Cardinals Diamondbacks. Under 8.5. You liked it too?
Crap.
Really?
That's what I was looking at.
No kidding.
Yeah. It's all right. My turn now?
Yes.
Give me the under in tonight's game. Later on, it's 5:40 start in the Royals Tigers. It's at 8.5 minus 114.
Give me Jordan Walker, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
What's that at?
What?
He's like, oh, we got it.
He already has it.
You should have seen Marsh's face. It was as if you shot somebody.
Well, I was trying
appalled.
to think of, like, maybe he's doing a live bet. I'm like,
Yeah.
No.
What?
No.
It's not up there?
No.
You guys are hating, man. Jeez Louise. All right, give me old Spencer Torkelson.
Rattler?
Yeah, well, hell no. No, thank you, sir. 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
Okay. All right, there is Bet the Board. Cardinals up 2-1, top of the 4th right now. Diamondbacks threatening, but Michael McGreevy trying to work out of a jam. But he's got 66 pitches right now, top 4.
Yeah.
I guess that's not bad. That's not bad. Quick math on that. That's not bad. Ravens, by the way, the Ravens have waived rookie quarterback Diego Pavia.
Oh. Caca!
So
Go get him, Battlehawks.
Diego Pavia.
I'm serious.
Not a bad idea.
I'll tell you what is a bad idea, taking the under when the Diamondbacks hit a 2-run home run.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
He hit a jump shot.
Wow, Tyler Locklear, 2-run shot. Snuck it right in the foul pole down the left side. And the Diamondbacks are now up 3-2.
That sucks.
And if the Cardinals lose this game, we got a long way to go. Long way to go. Boy, McGreevy knew it right away. He knew it right away. That ball barely left his hands, and he's upset with himself.
Well, if the Cardinals do lose this game, they can go back
First
to having bases loaded with one out.
In the first inning.
They got a runner on third. What was that, last half inning?
Yep.
Or maybe it was two.
They tried to, Fermin tried to get a sac fly.
Yeah.
Just hit it to second baseman. He was trying, though. Oh. He was working on that launch angle.
I guess so. All right, so now the Cardinals are trailing by 1. They did just get out of that inning, so they'll go to the bottom of the fourth down, 3-2. So, yeah, the Ravens waived rookie quarterback Diego Pavia on Thursday. They needed to make room for a veteran center, Ethan Polsick, who officially signed his free agent contract. Ravens signed Pavia as an undrafted free agent in April after he became the first Heisman Trophy finalist in 12 years to go undrafted. Does Diego Pavia catch on with another NFL team just in camps?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think...
It wasn't. You don't think there's another team that was at least interested in him as an undrafted free agent?
I think what he was able to do in college, the offense that he ran, it suited him really well. He had a lot of success. Obviously, a Heisman Trophy candidate was put Vanderbilt on the map these last 2 years. I don't know that his game necessarily translated to the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like we saw Tim Tebow have great success at the collegiate level, win a Heisman, win a national championship, but it didn't translate to success long-term at the NFL level. They wanted to move him to tight end. So I think certain players, because of how their style is, their build, their arm strength, I don't know his mental capacity for learning the offense or learning the game. I don't think that would be an issue. But, sometimes people look at you and your body type and they assume that you are a certain thing, and you don't really get that chance. And going to Baltimore, there was never really, realistically, going to be an opportunity for him to be a starter unless there were a multitude of injuries. Mm-hmm. And so, if you're the last guy in, generally you're the first guy out. Yeah. And that sounds like what took place here for Diego Pavia. I mean, what Jamie just said, I don't think he was joking. I think he was dead serious when he said the Battlehawks should be working the phone lines trying to give him a call to see if he wants to continue to play quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a call.
Oh, Marsh,
no,
wow.
that was that was terrible.
You know what, though?
Right when I said I was like, this is going to be stupid. I was sound dumb.
Jamie.
This was you were McGreevy there.
Jeez.
As soon as that ball was thrown, you knew it was this is not going to be bad. This is not going to be good.
Oh, man. Good call. I liked it.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. It didn't hit at the time, but now that you give it a second, maybe. Actually, it might have gotten worse, but
no, that was good.
Actually, the more I hear it, the more I kind of appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Is there anything in life that, like, at the time you're like, ugh, and then like over time you're like, you know what? It's actually not that bad.
Not as bad.
There are some things in life where you're like, yeah, wow, this is gonna be awesome, and then you find out later it's really not that good.
It's usually more that than the other way around. Yeah. Like, oh, that's terrible.
Sometimes it can be like 5, 10, even 20 years down the road. You just don't know.
Sure.
In that moment.
You knew earlier.
You know sometimes, but sometimes you don't want to know.
Yeah.
But you do know.
Right.
I was going to do that earlier in the Gauntlet. When the answer was Homer, I was going to say, no, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See?
Sure.
Don't you wish you would have? No.
You weren't here. You don't know. No. I'm glad I didn't. You were working.
I was working
the phone lines.
Yeah. My daughter was texting in.
For those in the snake pit.
Jamie's always listening.
Apparently, Jamie's youngest child decided to jump into the snake pit because she was trying to get a hold of Jamie.
Like ignoring her calls.
And she jumped into the snake pit and said, "Hey, can somebody tell my dad to answer his phone on air?"
I didn't even see it.
I looked at Jamie and I'm like, "Man, is everything okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, she's fine."
It's just her being her.
She need to go somewhere and you need to answer.
She didn't even ask for money. I was like, okay.
All right.
Can I get $10, Dad?
Usually that's what that is.
What the heck?
But no, using her resources, I guess.
I guess so. All right. Still time to send in your mic drops via the 101 ESPN mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Again, the Rhino Shield mic drops. We're going to do our daily drop segment next in the Fast Lane.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals currently trail. Cardinals currently trail the Diamondbacks 3-2 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. We'll give you updates up until we end the show. But coming up next, we are going to do the daily drop. You sent us your mic drops, and we will discuss said mic drops next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love sports. I also love travel. Jamie, Carey, being former athletes, I'm sure you'd have done quite a bit of that. Is there a place that stands out to you as just a great place to go visit?
Oh, man, there's a lot.
That was Michael, by the way.
So, I wonder what context. Like, are we talking about, like, for a vacation, or if we're working, while we're working, if it's a great place to be there?
Let's go vacation. It seems to be like you guys have done a lot of traveling, obviously.
I haven't done a lot of, like, I'll call it exotic traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. Like, when I was a player and the season ended, well, when I was a player, you don't get time off.
Sure.
And then when the season ended, I'd pack up and go to my lake house in Canada because that was kind of like my vacation spot. It was awesome.
Right.
The weather's beautiful in Canada in the summer. The lake is there. Like, that was my spot. So it wasn't until Ashley and I started dating where I went on an actual vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Went down to Cancun, which isn't like all that crazy, but we love it there. The Secrets Maroma is the resort we go to. It's an amazing resort. I love it. Like, when I get there, I'm in my happy place. I just love it. But that would be like for a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
As far as visiting, I don't know, Carey. What other, like?
I mean, I enjoy. It depends on, like you said, if is it,
like what kind of trip is it? Like,
what kind of trip is it?
Am I looking for sunshine and beaches, or am I looking for? Like,
or are you
sightseeing? Right.
Vegas? Vegas is always good. Nashville has been. Nashville is pretty nice.
Boston's a fun city.
If you're looking like out of the country, I don't know, man. Like, I took a trip to Costa Rica some years ago. That was outstanding. I've been a lot of different places that I went to Puerto Rico last year. That was really, really fun. My little brother actually lives down there, so we were hanging out. It just kind of depends on the budget, what you're trying to do, what events or activities
are you going with
you're trying to partake in. Are you going with the kids?
Yeah, or
because if you're going with the family and the kids, then it's a completely different trip than if you're just going by yourself or with your significant other.
Make recommendations for all of it. So, like, fun vacation spot to do with anyone only the significant other, sightseeing,
Yeah.
Give our Michael a couple
If we're
options.
staying within the domestic United States, I love Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is awesome. I mean, you can get into Miami and do some things and all that stuff, but there is an area right there on A1A, the boardwalk.
A1A. Detroit Avenue.
They have an area there where you can walk down the boardwalk, and they've got great restaurants and some nightlife, and you can get on the beach. And so Fort Lauderdale, to me, is a great little spot. Vail, Colorado, I've been there. That's a really good spot, too. It's a different vibe, obviously.
Sure.
Gary?
Tampa is a beautiful place as well.
Tampa's great.
And then you have, like, St. Pete is right across the bridge. Orlando is close enough. Like, if you do have the kids, it's expensive for, Universal Studios and all that. But Tampa is about 45 minutes from Orlando. If you have the kids with you and you want to go there to sightsee and do those things, that's a great place. It just really depends. Vegas, if you want to go out there with your brothers, your bros, your friends. Vegas
Even
is
as a
always
couple,
fun.
Vegas is good. Like,
yeah, I started going to Vegas by myself, which was, people thought I was crazy, but
a little bit.
You go by myself and hang out, and I would go to casino. I would go to shows. I went to a mystery dinner which was outstanding.
Really?
So you're at a dinner. Yeah, I was by myself. You're at this dinner, and it's like a murder mystery dinner.
Oh, I've heard of those.
And they're trying to figure out who's the killer.
And you get your little card with your
you gotta
character.
start. Yeah,
That's
you gotta
cool.
start.
Yeah.
And everybody thought I was the killer because I was by myself. Hell, that mean, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, because you're black?
Right.
That's what I thought.
Right.
That's very nice.
Black guy by himself.
That's ridiculous.
Gotta be the killer, right?
That's
What type
terrible.
of stereotypical crap
I'm here
is
by
this?
myself, and I'm enjoying my time. Damn you people.
But it was really fun. Like, that was really a cool event. And, Vegas has all the different shows you can go to. Cirque du Soleil, which is 15 different versions of that.
You can kind of do whatever the heck you're trying to accomplish in Vegas with all the different shows and venues
Musical,
that they've got.
music, concerts, things like that. So Vegas has got pretty much everything.
They wouldn't let me on the tour. Oh, I'm sorry, because you're black? Hell no. Damn alligator jumped up, bit my hand off. All right, let's hear from Cornelius next.
Good, beautiful afternoon, gentlemen, and thanks for taking my call. Hey, I just wanted to know if you guys think that Chaim Bloom may outpace the fan expectations in his first adventure at the trade deadline with the Cardinals, or will he underachieve in the opinions of the Cardinal fans? Thanks, and I'll listen for your answer.
Wow, that's a really good question, Cornelius. So what do we? Let's break this down. What do we think the expectations are of the fans at the deadline?
It depends what kind of fan you are.
Right. I think you're right.
You're not wrong, man.
I think you're right.
It really depends. Yeah.
Yeah, because like for me, I'm fine with whatever. If they do nothing, it is what it is. It's part of the plan.
Yeah.
That means they didn't get a good return for what they were trying to sell out there. And the cost of buying was too high. So I'd rather have my president of baseball operations, who is talking about this rebuild and building it from the ground up, and I'd rather have him not get herky-jerky at a trade deadline and just do something to do something.
Sure.
And then if they trade Dustin May, they trade JoJo, they trade Riley O'Brien, let's see what the return is. I don't believe Chaim Bloom is going to screw it up just because he's laid out kind of what the mentality is.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. He might get the phone going on trade deadline day, and all of a sudden he blacks out, and you don't know what happened.
Yeah, what would that look like? What would him screwing it up look like?
Well, to some fans, it would be not doing anything. Like, this team is a half game out of the wild card. That would be it. So that goes to Jamie's point about what kind of fan it is.
And not getting the right return. Like, if you're going to trade them, you might as well get... I think you got to get a good return, at least on paper.
I think if they sell, then some fans will just... They'll be furious.
How are you selling? You're only half game back.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Should have kept him.
So I think the question... I actually think the key word here is exceed. So Cornelius said, or outpace, he said, outpace expectations, right? The only way that he outpaces expectations, in my opinion, is if he like trades for somebody, like not a Scooble or something like that, but he like adds at the deadline.
Has he not already outpaced expectations? Or are we just specifically talking about for the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was, because I was thinking about that too, but Cornelius said
specifically for the trade deadline.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We don't know where this team will be when the trade deadline approaches. B, we don't know, what the return is going to be. Like, these are just fantasy names and expectations for who could be on the move and what could be coming back in return. I feel like you would have to trust this regime and this organization enough to say whatever is available, if it makes sense, they'll do the deal. And if it doesn't, there's a reason that they didn't do the deal. And I think it just boils down to whether or not you trust Chaim Bloom and how he's running things right now. And I would say you honestly, in my opinion, have no reason to believe that it won't go well, because this is amazing. Like, you can be pissed off about a lot of things. You can be mad about the last 15 to 20 games, but this season is far greater than what I would have expected this year to be.
Yep.
So you have to trust that he's going to make the right decision.
I feel like you can't get the full scope of everything until the season's over. So if he were to sell and the Cardinals still made the playoffs, well, then he looks like a genius.
Sure.
right?
It's the Tigers, like you said last week. It's the Tigers a couple of years ago.
If he holds and they miss the playoffs, well, then you could be like, well, why didn't you get anything for blah, blah, blah? Mm-hmm. If he holds and they make the playoffs, well, then again, he trusted this team. So, like, we can't really judge him until we get the full picture of how the season ends.
Yeah.
Really. So, I mean, that's not going to stop people from having immediate judgment, but.
No, very true. All right. Let's hear from, who's this, Micah Dez?
Yes.
All right, Micah Dez.
All right, question for you guys. So this is a make or break season for blank. CD, Anthony, you gotta do football. Jamie, let me hear one from you for the Blues. And as always, Kerry, let's go Ravens.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man.
Oh, man,
Wow,
at
right
the
in
end,
your face.
too. Right at the end,
Right in
he
your
gave you
face.
that. It's like when the referee breaks up the boxers.
Yeah, and he punches one last time.
As you're coming out of the break, take that with you.
Wow.
The back of the head, too.
Yeah, man, it was.
Slow pop.
Mm-hmm. He could have went Steelers. His went Central.
I thought that
I
was...
was going to say, let's go Hawks. He said, let's go Ravens.
All right, this is a good guy. I like this one.
CJ Stroud, man. I don't even think it's close.
I was thinking team, but yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, I was thinking player.
I mean, that's a great
CJ
one.
Stroud, for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on the fourth year of his rookie deal. Got a chance to get paid a whole lot of money if he does well. Or is this his fifth year of his deal? I can't remember. It might be his fifth year. I got to look and see. But
no,
either way.
I think he's going into his fourth, right? As a rookie, he was great.
But they picked up the fifth year. If I'm not
this
mistaken.
is his fourth. Yeah, because they have to make the decision, I think.
They have to make it before
the
the
fourth. Yeah, so this is his fourth season.
But he's on the brink of, man, we're going to pay you one more year and get you the hell up out of here. Or you could be making $50, $60 million if it goes well. Like, this is a huge year for C.J. Stroud. It could be one more year, and he'll get $25 million next year, which, I mean, hell, that ain't bad.
No, not at all.
Get your bills paid.
You're good.
Okay, so the team that I was thinking team, but the team I immediately thought of was the Lions because that window already feels like it's been closing.
Yep.
And we talked about that. I remember watching that second. I think it was the second quarterback. We're like, oh my God, this is the team, and it's the one that went out to the NFC Championship game. I think it was that year when they lost to the 49ers. Or
No,
maybe
that was the year after.
when they lost to the
Commanders.
at
home.
They lost to the Commanders.
Thank you. Okay, so
They had the first round bye.
Yeah,
and
this
then they
is
lost
all
their
set
home
up.
game.
You're at home.
Yeah.
You're facing the Commanders.
Terrible.
Like this is you're and they got crushed.
Yeah.
Last year they didn't make the playoffs. Finished dead last. Now you're playing a last place schedule. Goff is a year older. I think that's the team I thought of first.
I like that.
I'm gonna throw another one out there to you though. What about the Buccaneers?
I don't view the Bucs that way, though.
Well, hear me out. Panthers won the division last year, but we're like, somebody had to win it. I can't imagine that those three teams, that one of those teams, Falcons, Panthers, or Saints, is going to be so bad moving forward, like forever. And the Bucs have just won the division. They're like, hey, somebody's got to win it. I think this is the last year where
I think it's past for the Bucs.
You think it's a wrap?
Yeah, because I keep telling you, I think the Falcons are, far and away the best team in that division.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't played like it yet, and it's mainly because of the quarterback, in my opinion. Like, you need to have, at that position, you don't have to be a Hall of Famer or a perennial Pro Bowler, but you got to have a guy that is steady because they have too many weapons on the offensive side, and they have a really good defense to not be the best team in that division.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think the Saints will be a playoff team, but I will say it now, they will ruin someone's season next year. This upcoming season. I think that team's going to be a lot better than what people think.
They were a hell of a lot better than I thought a year ago.
They're going to ruin somebody's season.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all.
I thought they were a 3-win team.
Yeah,
if that, I couldn't.
Shook. I was like,
he was shooking all over the place.
Man.
He shooked on our face.
And you know what? They ruined the Buccaneers season last year.
You heard me.
They beat the Bucs, didn't they? On the road.
The Saints?
Yeah. I think they beat the Bucs on the road, late in that year at the tail end of the season.
You're not thinking of Kirk O'Chains, are you? On a Thursday night?
No.
Because he owns the Bucs.
That was earlier in the year.
That was late. There was a Thursday night football game.
Yeah, they beat the Bucs.
Saints
December 7th.
Oh, so Marsh. Yeah, you're right. 24-20.
They won their last, 7?
Hockey?
Yeah, the only guy that I can see on the Blues roster right now currently that it's kind of a make or break it year for him is Tyler Tucker. There's a lot of traffic now on that blue line, and he's got to separate himself from the pack. He's been around for the last couple of years, but he's got 1 year left before unrestricted free agency. And, again, a lot of bodies on the blue line. So, for me, it would be Tyler Tucker.
Did I miss it? Was it player?
Yeah.
I thought it was
it player?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you guys are fine. You drug it off the rails.
CJ Stroud is a perfect
I'm surprised
answer.
we didn't end up talking about Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts again.
No, we ain't going to go down that route. Oh, no.
Great coach, man. Great quarterback.
You guys should do something crazy like have a podcast. Call it Gridiron Guys or something.
Let's look into that, Gary.
We should think about it.
Tomorrow,
That's a
you
great
think?
name. Sure. Sure.
Get that text at one of us would be sending the text. Hey, man, I ain't going to be there. Let's hold off till next week.
Every week that text
Every
came
week.
through.
Yep, one of us every week. And the other one said, all right, man, no problem. All good. All right, we'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN.
We all celebrated America turning 250 years old. Well, they're doing the same thing at Circus Sports. It started at the beginning of the month, and it is carrying on. And here's how it works for all users in Missouri. If you're currently a Circus Sports player, then that's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you're not, you got to find the app, download it. It's the white logo. And once you're done signing up, you click on the promotion that it's America turning 250. So what happens is you put $250 into your Circus Sports account. You play through that. Once you're done, Circus Sports, what they do, they kick in $250 right away so you can keep having fun using the Circus Sports app. So many great things to get into as well. Some people love the futures bets. You got a feeling right now about the Super Bowl champion. You can get on there and pick that winner today. They've got high betting limits. They've got the best odds of any app that is out on the market. Great player props. The parlays are super easy to put together. And again, because the odds are the better, that means you get bigger payouts. So please check out Circus Sports. It is sports betting the way it should be. For any other information, check out circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
you miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Well, the podcast brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. All right, Marsh, hit us with those criticisms and/or compliments, please.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
By the way, shout out to Gator in the Snake Pit. It is his birthday, so shout out Gator.
Happy birthday, of course.
Go, baby.
Way to go. Gator, happy birthday, kid.
From the 404, hey guys, thanks for a great show today. You kept me entertained on the drive back from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, and I love listening to you guys every day. Have a great Thursday evening, and we'll be listening again tomorrow.
Thank
404, you know where that area code's from.
404 is Detroit. Cleveland. Pittsburgh.
Atlanta.
Oh, is it? No kidding.
Yep.
I actually don't know that.
No.
Clearly. What's Detroit again?
313.
313. And then there's
that's
another one,
right.
917, I think.
Yeah.
Or 846.
I had a 313 number when I lived
me
there.
too. I think there's
Only the cool
847. No, that's Chicago.
Yeah.
Curb Stomp says, today's show as a whole, Olive Garden of Italian has been a gut-busting banger. What I learned today is that CD and Stoltz should have a football podcast where they debate. Should be called Master Debaters of the Gridiron. Hashtag shout out to the Snake Pit. The Waterboy says, today's show reminds us all that we've been missing something great in our lives. Bring back the Gridiron Guys podcast.
A lot of gridiron. A lot of calls for the Gridiron Guys. Maybe we should consider this.
We might need to.
248.
248, that's what it was. 248.
And 947 in Oakland.
248. I was 313. But there's a lot of 248s. Yeah, good call.
Bacon Wrapped Wiener, also known as Ed, who we now know is on a
diet?
No, he's not on a diet, but from 4 to 8, he can't listen to our show because of the electronic rule in his household. He said, great show today, boys. Think I was here for a total of 20 minutes throughout. Y'all killed it. It is not even 6 o'clock yet, so it looks like he's breaking that rule.
Yeah, circumventing.
Yeah, he had an emergency.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
All right.
He's working late. He's working hard for his
He had a deal.
family.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, one listener wanted to throw a tomato at me. Others wanted this specific saying to be one of the 3 stars, but Cacall will be our 3rd star of the day. Kind of cringy, but some laughed. 2nd star of the day goes out to talking with your hands.
Yeah, man. You missed that.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to jumping in the snake pit to find your father and tell him to call you during work.
She is one of a kind. That is faux show.
We're glad that you got McKinnon online. Everything's fine.
Yes, she was fine.
Hey, Dad. Just want to tell you I love you.
Kind of. Not much
That's
more
good.
than that.
That'll do it for us. For Andrew Marsh, for Kerey Davis, for Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. See you.